on TBSN.
Boss up. Let's go. Create your own lane. Stay in it and roll.
No one can stop me now.
This is the Tony Bruno Show.
You know me, I've been around forever.
I know him. I know him.
Are you ready? Are we rolling? Can you hear me now?
Yep, ready?
All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1.
No one can stop me now.
Here he is, the godfather of sports radio. Here's Tony Bruno.
Oh, wow. We are in the air everywhere after another gorgeous day. We got to go out a little bit this morning, Robin. And now we're back. Got a little suntan. Good to be out in the sunshine. And we have an update on our travels around today. Nothing breaking news, but we got some footage, too. We may have to show some of that on the air,
Yeah,
too.
hopefully Rex will send it to me. My brother Rex is here, and he is a drone pilot. He even has his license and everything for being able to do it officially.
Yes, you have to have a license now.
Yeah, and we took him out to our lot so that we could see what is beyond across the lake from us, where the preserve is, and it is so cool. It shows all the little canals and where.
We can actually see way cool. Past our lot and the property to where the Gulf of Mexico is, where hopefully 1 year from today we'll be sitting there and doing it on the patio with my $7 million chandelier hanging up there.
Doing what on the patio?
Doing the show live out there, outside, al fresco.
Okay.
Not al dente, depending on the weather. But the weather's beautiful.
It is. It was
Baseball's going on. It's beautiful down here in Florida. A lot of stuff going on in sports, too. And, yes, today, after a scheduling conflict, there was no conflict, but after a situation developed yesterday in the Situation Room, and even Wolf Blitzer from CNN didn't know about it in his Situation Room, which is remarkable.
It was a Miss Robin moment.
Yes, it was. So we have straightened it out now. Did you hear from Harry? Or we all go today for Harry Mays on Thursday, Robin?
Yes, and we promoted the show, and I realized that I should have known that Harry Mays was going to be on Thursday, not on Wednesday.
We have a preview. Can you turn this on for me now, Robin, please? I want to have a preview of Thursday. There you go. I'm a little parched right now. Meanwhile, we got a lot of stuff to talk about today. Harry Mays will join us. We've got all kinds of good stuff, bad stuff, but mostly good stuff. We don't like to dwell on the negative here. This is a positive show. You know what I'm saying? We got Joel Embiid speaking today as he's now, almost 4 weeks away from his knee surgery. Will he play? Will he not? LeBron James last night. And he did this on the road, ladies and gentlemen. See if anybody catches that reference. LeBron James, who's still, by the way, pretty damn good at basketball, helps the Lakers come back from 21 down to beat the Clippers at, what's the guy's name? Sam Bankman-Fried Arena in Los Angeles last night. Of course, they both still play in the building previously known as Staples Center, and the Clippers are going to have their own beautiful new building for next season. But for now, they have to change the floor, change the crowd, and it didn't matter. LeBron, you got to give him love, man. That was an unbelievable comeback performance last night against the Clippers in a Clipper home game. Tonight, though, Robin, guess how much it's going to cost you to go if you're in New York and you want to go see the New York Knickerbockers take on the Golden State Warriors at Madison Square Garden. And it's a TNT, the first game of a TNT Thursday night doubleheader. How much do you think you'd have to pay to go see Golden State and the New York Knicks, Madison Square Garden, cheapest seat available right now?
Cheapest seat available.
That's just to get in the door price.
$100.
$100. Are you serious, Robin? You can't even get a cheap seat in Madison. This is MSG. This is the world's second most famous arena.
I'm kidding because I know it's a lot more, but
$243. $243. And you know why? This is the last time the Warriors are going to be on the East Coast, pending an appearance in the playoffs, and that would have to be the NBA Finals because they're in different conferences if you are still unaware of what's going on in the association, as we used to call it.
now that is actually less expensive than some other tickets.
Well, yeah, but that's a big deal. I mean, this is a regular season game with the Knicks and the Golden State Warriors. We'll talk about the great Caitlin Clark later on in the program. We also have a lot of updates, too, Robin. We have discovered now, because of all the research that goes into producing this program, we now have our favorite college basketball player. As we get down to the weekend, we're almost into the Selection Sunday, conference playoff games, great games every night. But last night, ladies and gentlemen, in case you missed it, a man that a lot of people may not know or pay attention to, unless you're in Terre Haute, Indiana. A legend was born, even though he's a sophomore, and he's 6'10", and a big fella. He's tatted up. He's got the goggles. The man they are now calling. Remember, Indiana State, the last time they had a monster player like this was the great Larry Bird, Indiana State, quarter of a century ago. And now another star has emerged. Put this name down. If you're a gambling degenerate and you want to lay some money because they're playing Murray State now in the MVC, baby. You down with MVC, the Missouri Valley Conference. Now, Harry Mays is going to join us because I know he likes to follow all of these other conferences when he joins us, and he's a big MVC guy. But the guy's name, his real name, Robin, do you know what his real name is? Robbie Avila. Robbie Avila. He's from Oak Forest, Illinois. He's only a sophomore, 240 pounds, 6'10", and we'll play a clip last night because last night he didn't make up this name. He didn't give himself the nickname at Indiana State with your sycamore. Let's play a clip. This is, ladies and gentlemen, you watch this man. You remember this man. And if I'm the 76ers, I'm tanking to get this guy, although he's a sophomore. He's going to have. They were playing last night in the Missouri Valley Conference against, who was the team they were playing last night? Evansville. Let's watch this man who earned the nickname last night. I don't know who came up with this name, but it could be the greatest name ever given to a white guy playing basketball in Terre Haute, Indiana. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Let's go to the tape.
Says you want to get into that bench with kicks. Avila taking off again. This time distributes at the basket to work with.
Watch him move.
Avila he was a little off balance.
Look at that.
Bounce pass underneath. Back out. Avila looks to take off. Big man can.
Oh, layup.
Inside Avila scores. Larry.
Look at him go.
Avila.
From the top of the key.
Don't let the side. Avila catches the inbounds pass. Backs his
Oh,
waist.
my.
Three, missed it. Rebound. Offensive. Now Swope. Oh, my.
Look at this. Look at the layups. He can't miss.
He cannot.
He cannot miss off the glass. You notice the one thing I didn't see Robbie Avila do last night, Robin?
What was that?
He's 6'10", right? And he's a star player on the Indiana State Sycamores. You know what he was not in his repertoire of dynamic basketball moves last night?
What was that?
He's 6'10". He's shooting threes. He's making layups. Look at that. Look at the physique. Look at the girth. Because it's not the length.
No.
It's the girth. For Robbie Avila, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, ladies and gentlemen.
Cream light rises to the top, folks.
But one thing, I mean, how can you not notice the one shot that he doesn't have out there? Which should be the easiest shot for a 6'10" white dude or 6'10" any
layup?
dude. No, he was making layups. A dunk.
Oh,
he
a
doesn't dunk the ball.
White men can't jump.
How can a 6'10" guy who's dominant make threes and make every layup when he gets under the glass,
he is
not dunk the stinking basketball? Come on, Kareem.
He's doing the rebounds. He's doing the
Listen,
layups,
that's the
he's
dirty
doing
work.
the threes, but he's
You know,
not doing
I've
any
seen
dunks.
a lot of guys miss the bunny in the NBA.
Well,
the bunny is the easy layup off the glass from underneath the basket.
I'm watching him right now. He does not jump very high.
Yeah, he's George Mikan-esque, is right.
Yeah. He's kind of staying low to the ground. There's
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, ladies and gentlemen.
He ain't no creamy Air Jordan. He's
got the goggles. He's got the whole look.
Yeah.
Oh man, Robbie Avila. Don't forget that. Say his name, Indiana fans. All you Hoosier fans out there excited. Forget about the Indiana Hoosiers. They're mediocre. You got to go across to Terre Haute, not to Assembly Hall in Bloomington. The star in Indiana hoops is Robbie Avila. Remember that name.
Now, Tony,
yes.
we have a couple things going on. We already have a phone call
on the line.
On the line from Jim from Cheltenham.
Does he have any cream?
I don't think so, because that would be vintage. But I also have video already from my brother, who sent us video from the drone shot today. So
yes, we're going to have that. Well, I mean,
we'll
we have
that
so
later
much
on
stuff
in the day.
today. Yeah.
Should we go to the phone real quick?
Let's go to Jim, because he probably
usually when he calls, he has something epic to share with us.
Exactly. He just doesn't call in and just shoot the shit, so to speak. He's the great Jim from Cheltenham, the official archivist of the Tony Bruno Show. And I know, Jim, you tape pretty much everything, and I know there's a big story in Philly today that has really angered me, and Harry and I will break that down. And the big story, they caught that prisoner after 4 days. I know that. That's one of the stories. The guys get out of jail in Philly. They finally captured the escapee, Aline Borden, who's been away for 4 days. Not Lizzie Borden. She's still out there. What was the line? Lizzie Borden, the axe thorn. There wasn't there like some sort of anyway, enough about that.
It was a jump rope thing.
Yeah, I know. It's stupid. But anyway, Jim, we have an outrage involving the Phillies, but I need to hear what your story is today, my friend.
Well, the first thing is the biggest story I think is Phillies this year will not have a dollar door.
I know, and that's to me, that's the outrage of the day. It is the biggest outrage in history. And here's how sensitive and how ridiculous people are on social media. So Channel 6 ABC, posts the story that for the first time in 27 years, the Phillies will no longer have a dollar dog night. And dollar dog night, for a lot of people, they go out and buy 20 hot dogs and they stuff them in their face. I'm not about that kind of gluttony. But they announced that they will now not have dollar dog night, but it'll be BOGO dollar dog night. Buy one, get one free. So I don't know. I didn't see the full story because they just had a headline and they had people reacting. And I jokingly wrote, Bidenomics, see what happens? And it was obviously tongue-in-cheek. But everything's gone up and people are saying nothing's going up. I mean, Hatfield. Who made this decision? Was it Hatfield or the Phillies? Because I jokingly said...
Tony had these games last year, and some people were throwing the hot dogs on the field last year.
I know that. I get that. But then limit the amount of dogs that people can buy. You can't have somebody go up to the stand and buy 20 hot dogs. Just like beers. You can't have people taking 20 beers, to their seats. And that would be pretty hard to do because that's a lot of beer. But they're going to do dollar hot dogs now. So they're using the excuse that people were throwing dogs on the field to get rid of it. But they're still going to sell hot dogs. And, oh, by the way, it's going to be BOGO. Buy one, get one. So why won't people throw the second dog of the buy one, get one if that's the reason why they're getting rid of the dollar dog night? They're getting rid of the dollar dog night because everything has gone up in price. And I don't care who's in charge. I didn't make up the term Bidenomics. So then I jokingly added on my tweet, I said, guess what? They're also going to have now, instead of getting a full beer like they do when you go to a bar and you order wine and they say, would you like the 4-ounce pour, the 6-ounce pour, or the 8-ounce pour? The Phillies will be selling $4 4-ounce pours of your favorite beverage. As long as it's Schlitz and Ballantine beer, you can get 4-ounce pours now at the ballpark for $4. Now, that's a good buy, I think.
You sure it's not Schaefer beer?
Schaefer is the one beer to have, More than one. But if you're having more than one, then you can't afford it. Because I don't even know what a beer costs. Beer's got to be like over $15 now, right? Because they sell, I think they sell the 16-ounce cans now, not the 12-ounce, to make you think you're getting more bang for your buck. So I don't know. So what's the reaction now? Are people rioting on the streets?
Well,
are people running to the supermarkets to try to find cheap hot dogs so they can? Yeah.
Usually in sport radio in Philadelphia, the first thing they want to talk about is the Eagles, but not today. That's the first thing they want to talk
That's
about.
the big story. I mean, forget about a
Yeah.
prisoner being caught after being searched for 4 days. Forget about all that. Forget about Joel Embiid talking to the media today about he's hoping to come back. For next Tuesday, Jim, will be be March 5th. That's when supposedly Joel Embiid, when they did the surgery on February 6th for his knee, that's 4 weeks after the surgery. So he hasn't spoken to the media, so he finally did today. And that's one of the big stories. He says he wants to come back and play again, and we'll see whether he comes out and comes back and plays next week. And a lot of people are deciding, should he even bother to come back? He's obviously, he'll make a difference. But the 76ers, without him, are 7-17, and with him are 26-8. So obviously, he's the key to that team winning. And maybe he comes back and they'll make the playoffs, but I don't know. That's one of the debates I think people should be having. Is it worth to have him come back and perhaps get hurt again? Or should he not come back and get ready for next year? Because he says he wants to play in the Summer Olympics for Team USA in Paris.
Well, that's the decision the 76ers have to make. Is if you think he'll be back in good condition, yes. But if he says he may not be in the best condition, maybe you don't do it.
Yeah, I mean, to me, that's a more legitimate bet. Now, I get the dollar dog night, because it's a tradition, unlike any other, But to me, that's an outrage, I think. That's an outrage. If that's not a sign that the prices – so they're using the excuse that people were throwing hot dogs on the field last year? That's the reason or excuse?
Well, that's what some people think.
That's nonsense.
Yes.
I got a question to ask Robin, though. She asked me to send a clip of Harry Mays when I played yesterday.
Yes.
And Tony has it, and it's loaded.
Let me make you feel good
got
about
it. Okay, I didn't know you got it yet or not.
No, let me show you right now. Not only did we get it, and not only were we out with the drone today having some fun before the program, but Robin came in here, and her first duty was to get Harry Mays saying,
"What is going on back there?"
And Robin, why?
Get off!
There it is.
There you go.
Get out!
Now we have the triumphant. We have, what do we call it? 1 to 3. We have the
triumvirate.
No, when you have the 3. What's it called? The
triangulation.
No, when you make soup and stuff, and you put the 3 vegetables in.
Oh.
The celery, the carrots, and the onion.
Yeah. What's
that called? The
Trinity.
Trinity. We have the Trinity of Harry Mays drops. And we're going to play them.
What is going on back there?
Right?
I am pissed off.
And, of course, finally.
Get out! Get out!
So we got it, Jim. Thanks to you, my buddy. Thank you for making us complete again. You complete me, Jim.
Right now we have an update here.
We have an
Phillies
update?
are leading 5-0 going to the bottom of the 8th. But will he hang on again today?
I don't know.
Because
That's the big
they've had-
story right now. We got baseball action out here in Are they still in Clearwater today, or are they on another road
They're
trip?
playing that Blue Jays on the road on the MLB network today.
Oh, that's up Dunedin.
And national TV today.
It's on national TV. The Blue Jays, your
MLB
Toronto
Network.
Blue Jays, MLB Network.
They're
No,
getting the
listen,
Blue Jays,
everybody
broadcast
loves,
team.
the weather's great. Everybody loves to come for spring training, whether it's Arizona or Florida. But we'll keep an eye on that one, Jim. We definitely will. And I'm telling you, this Phillies hot dollar dog night story, I think that could lead to upheaval, tumult, maybe even some rioting in the streets of Philadelphia tonight. These are the kinds of things that trigger people to go out and do dumb stuff. So don't do it tonight, all right? And don't go to the supermarkets. Here's what I would recommend for Phillies fans. If you're going to go to the ballpark this year and watch your Fightin' Phils, just make yourself a couple hot dogs at home. And stick them in
somewhere.
Stick them in a convenient place. And then when you get there, by the way, are they going to charge extra for the relish and the mustard and the ketchup and, as Robin needs, the mayonnaise to put on her hot dog?
Mayonnaise on a hot dog?
Robin puts everything. She puts ketchup on a hot dog, which, for that reason alone, I should never allow her to even be near me when she gets a hot dog. Who puts ketchup on a hot dog, Larry? Do you know anybody who puts
mayonnaise? I never had a mayonnaise on a hot dog before. That's the first time I heard that.
Robin puts mayonnaise on everything. That's because she's white. That's what white people do.
It's what Dutch people do. Well, Jim, thank you for everything you do, and thank you for sending me those.
Okay. Anytime you need anything else, let me know, guys.
Absolutely.
Ladies and gentlemen, there he is, the official archivist. See?
Have a good day.
Thank you,
You
Jim.
too.
He delivered. Robin did what she was supposed to do. So everything is
Finally.
running. We're on the right track today. We are absolutely hitting it on all cylinders already today in the first part of the show. And it's Thirsty Thursday. And I'm thirsty, Robin, but we got water here. We got water.
Now, wow, you were thirsty.
I am.
Yeah.
Sorry, folks. Make sure you drink your water, because water is life. Football is life. And most importantly, Robin, meatball is life.
Now,
Yes.
Joe Quill says, I put ketchup on my hot dogs, I just don't like mustard.
No, I hate to do it to you, Joe.
So I'm not the only one.
As we used to
Thank
say,
you very much.
we used to say in Philly Sports Talk Radio, I'm not the first guy, I don't know who came up with this. Violation? I think Mikey
No.
Miss came up with
And then
violation.
Freeform Aggie says, cream cheese and onions on the hot dog, Seattle style.
Yeah, I mean, Chicago does it with
Cream
a lot of
cheese?
things. Cream cheese is all right. It's a cheese dog.
Okay.
Just don't give me any of those little stupid pigs in a blanket dogs. You know the ones? They're awful. Do you like them? They're called, and then when they have them, they have them at any kind of buffet, or when they come around with canapes and they bring out the little stinking hot dogs in the little stinking.
I like the pigs in a blanket when it's a pancake and sausage.
Yeah, that's all right.
Those are
Yeah,
good.
that's all right.
Now, here's this is a name I don't recognize. Mikel Estropia saying mayonnaise with turkey on rye.
Yeah, now that'll
See?
work. That'll work.
Yeah. People are going, hydrate, Tony, hydrate.
We're hitting on all cylinders. Listen, you can put, I'm joking, you can put whatever you want on your sandwich.
Ooh, this is always good.
What?
Wayne Atkinson, hot dogs with coleslaw, West
Yeah.
Virginia style.
Listen, whatever you like. I'm a relish and mustard guy. That's all I need. I don't want raw onions on my hot dog. But that's me. You can do whatever you want.
Except when you live with him and he says that you will not be able to enter the abode if you eat raw onions.
This is why I love the social media, Robin.
Tony is
I can eat.
He is
I'm going to boycott the Phillies
raw
this year.
onion Nazi when it comes to raw onions.
Now, what's the fanatic going to do with that big cannon that he shoots the hot dogs into the crowd with? Is it going to have you're going to have to you're going to have to throw the fanatic your credit card, and then he will shoot you up too, but it'll be 2 for $8. So the previous $1 hot dog will be buy one for $4, get one free.
Robin, Patty Perk says, Robin, I'm with you. I like ketchup on my hot dog. Ha! Ha!
You can do whatever you want. I'm joking, people. You know who doesn't get a joke? The morons on social media. This is what I tweeted. Quote, nothing says hashtag Bidenomics like buy one hot dog for $8 and get one free. Can't wait for that 4-ounce pour of beer for only $4 nights. Now, if you don't realize that that's sarcasm, then you are dumber than dirt. Your head is harder than Mount Rushmore. I get these idiots like, oh, hear me out. Companies making record profits is increasing prices everywhere, worldwide. But hey, whatever makes you feel better. Listen, pal, I did not make up the term Bidenomics. Joe Biden did. All right, so calm your tits. Calm your tits. It's a joke.
Tony Bruno,
Yes.
Get off of freaking Twitter and yell at our people that are actually listening to the
I'm
show.
not yelling at them because they're all good people. These jackasses aren't listening to the show.
Get off
They're
of
sitting
Twitter.
on Twitter. No, because I want to remind people.
Get off of Twitter during
I want
the
to
show.
remind these sons of bitches out there.
Get off of Twitter during the show. There's no time for that crap.
I just wanted to point out how sensitive and dumb. And it's Philadelphia people primarily. And I'm sorry, I'm a Philly guy. I goof around. Maybe it's because you're brain dead. Maybe it's because you just don't get sarcasm or senses of humor. Somebody needs to start a national chain of rent the humor. Rent the sense of humor. You got rent a wreck. You can rent this. You can rent your furniture. How about going out and renting a sense of humor?
Well, you know who has a fantastic sense of humor is the person coming up at 3:30
in 5 minutes from right now.
5 minutes. Your old pal, Mr. Harry Mays, whom and again,
he's got to be outraged about this dollar dog night debacle.
I'm sure he was also completely outraged at me thinking that yesterday was the day that he was going to come on. I wrote it. I had it in my phone correctly, but for whatever reason, I wrote it on my calendar on Wednesday instead of Thursday. But the good thing is today is Thirsty Thursday. So
Yes,
that's
it
way
is.
more appropriate for him to be on today than it was yesterday.
Yeah. And our motto here on the show, going back to the pandemic days, and what's the line that we had on a T-shirt?
If we're going to die, let us die drunk, at least.
If we're going to die, let us die drunk.
At least.
Right? That's the least we can get. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Some people get it, and that's fine. If you get it, then it's good. If you don't get it, I can't help you. Like the hot dog line about the ketchup. I do that to get people riled up, but they know I'm joking, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you've listened to me at all over 50 years, you know what my stilo is. I laugh and have fun at stuff. All right? If I make some, I didn't make up these lines. I'm presenting the lines as they were presented to me. So I'm just quoting what the people in charge say.
Well, I think Joe Quills is being a little harsh on me now, saying, reminder, everyone, let's make Miss Robin think tomorrow is February 30th. Thanks, Joe.
As the great Larry Brown used to say when he would come on with me when I was out in L.A. and he was the coach of the Sixers and then the Pistons. Come on, Tony. Come on, Tony. And you know who else said come on, Tony, because he listened to the show and got it?
Who?
The former Sixer coach and now Milwaukee Bucks coach. Say that fast 5 times.
What kind of coach?
Bucks. Your Milwaukee Bucks.
He was a butt coach. What was that? Oh, Tony Bruno. But speaking of butt coach, we will have an inappropriate name update today.
More inappropriate than calling a white dude Kareem Abdul-Jabbar?
That's not inappropriate.
That's funny.
That is awesome.
And we love Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, know him.
Yes.
So it's not a knock on. See, some people will take, that's a cheap shot at Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
No, it's because he wears the goggles like Kareem used to,
Exactly.
and he's white.
And he's 6'10", but Kareem's like 6'7".
Yeah.
I mean, 7'2" or something. Anyway, now that everybody's calmed down a little bit, just calm your tits, people. That's all. This is just fun and games here. You know what I mean? We'll have a FedEx update. We'll have a outrage update. We'll have a Fort Lauderdale live report from across the state of Florida here on the East Coast, baby. We got it all covered here. And yes, today we will discuss Gorilla Grip Pussy Pals around the country. Stick around for that. You don't want to miss it. Harry May is coming up in just about a minute and a half, actually. Stick around.
It was meant to be. Tony Bruno on the Tony Bruno Sports Network.
Bud Light presents Real Men of Genius.
Real Men of Genius.
Today we salute you, Mr. Used Car Lot Auto Salesman.
Mr. Used Car Lot Auto Salesman.
Slick back hair, a sharkskin suit, alligator boots. You cultivate a look that oozes, trust me.
I think that I can trust you.
You stand behind every car you sell. Because if you stood in front and the brakes failed, you'd be crushed.
You better watch out now.
Oil leak? What oil leak? That puddle under the car is just sweat from all that horsepower.
Let the horses out now.
So crack open an ice cold Bud Light, Mr. Peddler of the sheet metal. Because when life hands you lemons, you sell them.
Mr. Used Car Lot Auto Salesman.
Bud Light Beer, Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri. Bud Light presents Real Men of Genius.
Real Men of Genius.
Today we salute you, Mr. Next Day Carpet Installer.
Mr. Next Day Carpet Installer.
Because when we're jonesing for carpet, we're jonesing for it right now.
Totally jonesing.
Thanks to you, we have absolutely no problem buying carpet over the phone, sight unseen.
Just pick up the phone.
A near miracle. An entire basement of wall-to-wall shag in less time than it takes to order a pizza.
I like pepperoni.
Your motto, if you're paying, I'm a layin'.
Oh, yeah.
So crack open an ice cold Bud Light, king of the carpet men. You not only go the distance for us, you do it wearing knee pads.
Mr. Next Day Carpet Install.
Bud Light Beer, Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri.
Here's to good friends. Tonight is kind of special. Beer will pour. Must say something more somehow. Tonight, let it be low and brown. Let it be low and brown. It's been so long. Hey, I'm glad to see you. Raise your glass. Here's to health and happiness. So tonight, let it be all the best.
When you're with good friends, having good times, don't just have a beer. Have a Low and Brown. Because good friends and good times deserve the taste of a great beer. And there's really only one. Low and Brown.
Tonight, let it be Low and Brown.
Now back to the biggest sports network on the planet, the Tony Bruno Sports Network.
Yo, Dre dropped the verse. It's going down, fade to Black Street. The homies got at me, collab creations, bump like agony, no doubt. I put it down, never slouch. As long as my credit can vouch, a dog couldn't catch me. Tell me who could stop with
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, it is Thirsty Thursday, and that means only one thing. Reverend, can you turn this back on for me, please? Please. Get that. I mean, I can't even pour Harry a beer. Ladies and gentlemen, yesterday was a little, what would we call that, a glitch?
It was a mea culpa Robin moment.
What was it in the Matrix? Was there a glitch in the Matrix?
Yeah, there was a glitch in my Matrix.
In your Matrix, yes. But ladies and gentlemen, he is here today. That wasn't this wasn't false advertising trying to get people excited by pimping that Harry Mays was going to be on yesterday. It was just one of those clerical errors. You know, like when the IRS sends you a tax note and you really paid your taxes, then you have to fight them. Pretty much the same thing. But he is here today, ladies and gentlemen. I don't think he's out on a golf course. I think the weather is a little frightful. Is it raining up there, Harry Mays?
No, actually the sun is out, Tony, but it's a little chilly. We'll be out there tomorrow. It's a little bit warmer. But you said something about a clerical area. Is that the same as Odyssey not paying me for doing that Nick Tales show?
Well, I mean, it could be. I mean, I think now you're going to have to call George Soros' office for a direct payment. I think he's handling all the, right, from what I've read at least. But who do I look like, the bookkeeper for Odyssey? Come on, man.
I don't know. I don't know who the bookkeeper is.
Nobody knows who the bookkeeper is.
I don't know if they have a bookkeeper. They might have laid him off.
We don't even know where our tax dollars go, and they don't care to tell us. It's an outrage, Harry, and I don't think we should stand for it. But the biggest story, Harry, is the dollar hot dog controversy sweeping the net. Will this lead other baseball teams? I think we should bring back Disco Demolition Night and the other things that used to make baseball great in the summertime.
When I saw this story, I'm like, this is right in Tony's wheelhouse.
Absolutely.
I mean, this would be a good 2-hour bit on our old show. I mean, exactly. Dollar Dog Night is out of here.
That dog ain't going to hunt anymore, Harry. You know, I love Dollar Dog Night so much, and now I won't be able to relish it anymore. Oh!
Give him a loss, dog.
Give him a loss, dog.
But isn't BOGO actually better than Dollar Dog Night? I mean, because then you can buy one, get one. You can get whatever you want. You don't have to be stuck. What if you don't like, you know, all the nitrates in those Hatfield hot dogs? And you
Too
want
bad.
something different.
You think people think about nitrates when they're You think Joey Chestnut when he goes to the 4th of July hot dog eating contest, scarfing down like 75 dogs in 3 minutes? You think he's worried about nitrates?
I don't know.
Talk
Those
about
are Nathan's
nitrates,
dogs.
Harry.
Those are Nathan's dogs. Aren't they kosher?
They are kosher.
They
That
got
doesn't
no
mean there's not
nitrates in
night.
those.
Listen, I only go for the 100%. Just like my women, I want 100% beef. I don't want any of the mixtures. I don't want any gristle. I don't want any fat. I don't want any footballs. I don't want any of that stuff in my dog, Harry. I need a clean dog.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You
Holler,
going
and by the way,
straight
holler at all
BBW
my
now?
dogs out there, including my dogs behind the wall, Harry Mays.
Oh. But if you're going to pour me a beer, make it a Lowenbrow, Tony.
Yeah,
That's
well,
all I gotta
tonight.
tell you.
By the way, the other story is I jokingly tweeted, and then people go crazy because they just don't get anything. And I said, not only will they be doing BOGO, but the question is, if it's $4 for a hot dog and you get the second one free, then it's $2 a dog. Now, and if they're complaining about people throwing hot dogs on the field, then limit the amount of hot dogs you sell at a time, right? They limit the amount of beer you can buy, right? They limit a lot of stuff. So why have some big fat guy or even some skinny person go in and say, I want 20 dogs? Nobody needs to get 20 dogs at a time. A 2-dog, not a 3-dog night, a 2-dog night, and then you come back and wait in line again, you dumb bastards. Why? How hard is it? How hard is it for people to go up and get 2 damn hot dogs at one time? They don't want to. That's why they'll sell them 10 at a time. And guess what? They were still making profits selling dogs for $1 because then everybody had to buy an $8 beer and then a $15 box of popcorn and Cracker Jacks for like $20. I mean, that's what you do. Like Vegas was like that at the Super Bowl. Everything was like doubled in price. And so I don't care whether you want to buy a hot dog for $10. Do what you want. But the beer, I like the 4-ounce pour, though, Gary. I keep calling you Gary. Harry, Gary, Larry. Harry, what about my idea to make the beer prices a little more palatable? You can get, like, when you go into a great restaurant with the wine, you get the 4-ounce pour, the 6-ounce pour, or the 8-ounce pour, because that's what they do in the she bars now. You don't have to get the whole glass, Harry. How about you say, hey, I'd like 4 ounces of Ortlieb's for $4, please. Ortlieb's.
$4 for Ortlieb's.
Well, I mean, how about Ballantine? Bring it back. Ballantine glass, Ballantine beer, Schaefer, Ortlieb's, Schmitz.
Yeah.
Schmitz will ring the bell for you. What? Remember that?
I bet I do. I bet if you brought back some of those old brands, they would sell. I bet the millennials would suck those down like crazy.
Absolutely. They love all that vintage.
And by the way,
those
brews are back because the company InBev, which bought pretty much every brewery, they're the ones who are producing like PBR and some of the old school beer companies that people like. So it's all being made by one company and distributed all over the world from InBev.
Well, not necessarily made, but it's definitely distributed.
It's distributed, yeah.
Now, speaking of vintage, I have put up a vintage photograph of Tony and Harry where you two were working the pole at...
was that at Cheerleaders?
I think that was Cheerleaders.
Yeah, that was Cheerleaders. Yeah.
Well, we worked the finest clubs, Harry. We did all the finest clubs in and around the greater Philadelphia area.
Yeah, we did. In fact, I was going over some old Belladonna film today because it is the Combine, and it brought back some memories of those old days. But that was still when I was fat. That was during that like 2012, 2013.
That was 2009.
Probably my fattest age.
Wow.
Was it 2009?
That was 2009.
Then it wasn't even peak fat yet. But I saw that you did post a picture yesterday when you were teasing that I was coming on yesterday, and you still got the big puffy face one from like 2012. That was back when Anthony Kim could still play golf.
Oh,
okay. I'm gonna.
I have nothing to do with control. I don't even know where the pictures are, Harry. I don't know where anything is.
Well, this one.
I'm getting into Joe Biden territory. I don't know where I'm going, where I'm going to be, where I was. It happens when you get into your 70s, Harry.
I'm posting one now. Right. I have one of you on live that that is also during the puffy phase. This is when you both were at the Fanatic still.
Was I puffy there? Yeah. I looked big there. I looked like I was jacked. I looked like Gorilla Monsoon. Or actually, I looked like what's his face?
I don't know, but what's going
Stone
on?
Cold Steve Austin.
Harry is very tan compared to you.
Yeah, I was white.
Yeah,
it's because I was living in Philly.
Yeah, well.
The only time I got tan was when I'd lay out naked on Dockside up on the 16th floor patio.
And blind people.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's good stuff, Harry.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
I remember those pictures.
Now, by the way, Howard, the other big outrage, in addition to the Dollar Dog Night debacle, we've got the Fort Lauderdale situation. Now, I know you love Florida, and, spring break is coming up. And so all Florida, I mean, obviously, Alabama, there's a lot of places. Texas has big spring breaks. But Florida, let's be honest, East Coast and West Coast, a lot of spring break locations. But Fort Lauderdale now cracking down, and so is Miami, Harry. Let's go to Fort Lauderdale, Fort Lickerdale update, Harry. We go to our correspondent, the local 10 ABC News, with this correspondent. Fort Lickerdale is losing its juice, Harry. Let's go to our reporter on the scene there. Down there on the A1A. Is that what it is? A1A, yeah. You have the tape, Robin?
No.
I gave you the Fort Lickerdale guy. I sent it to you.
You did?
Yes.
I hate to do it.
I hate to do it too, Harry.
Oh, no, I see it. It's all the way
Wait
at
a
the
minute. I
top.
got to get
Hold
I
on.
can't. I'm sorry, Harry. I sent it to her before the show. I said, Robin, don't forget I got the Fort Lickerdale update.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I was actually trying to find an updated photograph of Harry just to make him happy.
No, just relax.
But I
we
got
all
this.
change. People
Okay.
change.
Okay, here we go.
Seasons change. Here we go. Robin, can you have break?
With these barricades, that's for the safety of pedestrians and motorists. But Fort Lauderdale police also stepping up patrols. In fact, we've seen officers on horseback going through the crowds here to make sure everyone enjoys themselves responsibly.
The conditions along popular South Florida beaches are just right as we move into the unofficial start of spring break. But while it's the sunshine, blue skies, and ocean that are more than inviting to spring breakers like Abigail Pretty visiting from University of Michigan.
So definitely a shift in weather. It's beautiful here. So warm.
It's the restrictions and additional measures being taken by city officials to keep the large crowds and disorderly out that are not sitting well with some.
Ruins a little bit of the fun of spring break for sure.
Along Hollywood Beach, the city plans on increasing their police presence. Fort Lauderdale PD doing the same along their beaches. It's there we spotted steel barricades lining A1A near Las Olas to keep pedestrians safe. City leaders also keeping a closer eye on code compliance at local bars, restaurants, and businesses, something residents say they welcome.
I'm glad about the security, and it's good for us and good for the kids.
Some businesses like the Popular Wharf in downtown taking matters into their own hands and increasing the age requirement to 23 and over for out-of-state visitors, a change not everyone agrees with.
It's unfortunate because a lot of college students are 21, and then you just can't get into bars when you're of age to drink.
Co-owner of the Wharf, Emmy Guerra, says while he understands why it may be frustrating for some and even proves to be a loss for some business, it's necessary and has proven to work before.
We think spring break is great for the community, but it needs to be managed properly. And for us, we have such a strong local base. Our average age demographic is 25 and up.
There you have it. There you have it, Harry.
There you go.
23. Is that good or bad? Is that racist? I mean, they were talking to white chicks. The Miami Herald today has a story saying, why does the city of Miami, why do they want to keep blacks from having fun in Miami Beach? So they made it about race on their spring break because they're trying to crack down on unruly people, which seems to be the norm now everywhere. Look at basketball games. Look at what's going on. So 23, Harry, your thoughts, is that too restrictive? By the way, these kids all have fake IDs that say they're 23 and they're like 18.
Well, right. That's what I did. When I was 19 years old, I had a fake ID that said I was from New Hampshire, and I was like 24, and it worked like a charm until one of the places down in Wildwood, the bouncer was on to the scam, and he confiscated it. He didn't call the cops on us, but he just confiscated all of our fake IDs. It's like 6 guys that look like they're 19, 18 years old tops roll in from New Hampshire. I mean, it was like we should have had a sign around our necks saying we're underage.
And so I get it. I get, Fort Lauderdale, Miami Beach. I mean, that's where people go. And you've been there, I've been there. It's a lot of fun. And the people who live there, they love the tourists. That same thing here. This is made for tourists down here. People come down here in the wintertime because the weather's nice. And so you can't punish people for coming down and spending money. But the spring break is a totally different thing. And I'm not saying that because I'm an old guy, but the bottom line is, what do you do when these people are unruly, regardless of their race, age, or anything else?
Yeah, but here's the thing: is that's only in the bars, right? I mean, you could still go to a beer distributor if you're 21.
Yeah, exactly.
And get beers and supplies and accoutrement and bring it back to your hotel, and that way you have a party there. You don't even have to bring the women back because they're already there.
Yeah, but what do you do for the wet T-shirt contest? You're not doing that in your room, Harry. I mean, that could be messy. They all like to be at the pool.
Frogs.
Senior Frog when you go out there and you're going to do some, some really rot gut tequila shots with some 18-year-old girl and you're getting all wasted and shit, and you don't know that she's 18, and then you ask her to come back to the room. You know what I mean? And then that's when shit goes bad, Harry. Stuff goes bad. Something goes terribly, terribly wrong.
It was consensual, though.
Yeah. All right, Harry, now the podcast. People are saying the Odd G's podcast that you do with that Martinez guy, Mr. Hockey in Philly.
Yeah.
Are you still
Mr.
doing
Hockey.
that regularly?
Well, we've taken a couple of weeks off. Like we've done it like every other week for the last couple of weeks because, frankly, Martinez doesn't have the energy because he's in the middle of hockey season. And,
energy
doing all the
the Flyers all of a sudden are on fire, and now he's going to turn away from hockey? What's he going to do? Bring it back to the Eagles talk now?
He's not turning away from it. I'm saying it's wearing him out because he's doing all the games, and then he does like a daily interview and a daily podcast. I don't know how you talk about hockey every day, but he does. And it kind of wears him out. So we've been taking every other week off after the football season ended, and people are complaining about it.
It's an outrage, Harry.
They are. They're complaining
So we have Ray
on all our social media with you being on right now. They're complaining that Matt Kimbrell saying, will the OG's podcast ever come back?
Ever?
Well, we did one last week for his information. You can just find it. And we're doing one tomorrow, and we're actually going to have Ray Koob on as a guest.
The great Ray Koob. Yes, he is the great Ray Koob. Now, of course, there's a lot of podcasts everywhere now. A lot of hockey podcasts, a lot of basketball. This kid Foley, who works for the new company that Anthony Gargano's working for, he's doing a great job down here in Florida covering the Phillies because he posts updates all the time. And that's good stuff, man. That's what Crossing Broad, they do a good job, and they have people all over the place. And that's what people want to see, because anybody can write a blog. But when you have people who are actively covering spring training, regardless of the city, regardless of the team, and they're sending videos of guys warming up and stuff, that's the way this business has improved as far as digital access for everybody to get right away instead of having to wait till tomorrow morning to find out what happened today.
Right. Is that Anthony Foley? Is that who that is?
No, it's, what was his name? Michael Foley? Not Mick Foley, of course. Mankind. Not that. He's not related to him. Remember Mick Foley, Mankind?
Mick Foley, of course. Of course.
Absolutely right.
Yeah.
By the way, are you getting geared up? I know Nick Cale, whose show that I appear on, he's excited about WrestleMania coming to Philly, right?
I guess so. I gave up on I gave up on wrestling when I was about 13.
Come on, Al. We used to do wrestling. We used to have all the great. We have these wrestlers in studio with us. We've had them all in studio, Har.
Well, I faked it that day.
That's what she said. Wow.
Exactly.
Turning your back on the legends. We lost Virgil yesterday. Did you see Virgil died?
I did not, but these guys, they drop like flies, man, when they get to about 50-some-odd years old. That's actually a really long life for most of those guys, unfortunately. But I think the last wrestler that I really ever kind of gravitated towards was Stone Cold Steve Austin. Once his great days were kind of over, I was totally out.
But you still bust a beer can over your head when you're outside in the sun, don't you? And chicks do it now, too. That's the great thing. There's nothing better than a woman taking a beer can and smashing it on her forehead and then drinking it. Is there anything hotter than that, Aaron?
I could think of a few things.
Yeah, me too.
Jesus.
That one doesn't do it for me.
Wow. Wow.
All right, let's get it back to sports here. Joel Embiid.
Oh, yeah.
Your thoughts? Because today he announced that he wants to come back, and now people are saying, well, should he come back? Does it matter? Obviously, when he plays, I said this the other day on Nick Cale's show. I said, Nikki Haley, in her campaign where she's like 0 for 5, I'm trying to equate it to a political race where, she's losing every single night. And Nikki Haley is like Joel Embiid, not being on this without, she's like trying to win like like the 76ers are trying to win without Joel Embiid. You know what I mean? I messed it all up, but I got it right the other day when I realized the line and didn't write it down. Now I can't remember.
Yeah.
I'm saying they can't win without him. And Nikki Haley can't win even though she keeps running and taking other people's money. But at least Joel Embiid isn't taking other people's money. It's a joke.
Or you could say that Nikki Haley at full strength is just like the Washington Wizards of the NBA because they lose every night and they're at full strength.
Exactly right.
They're going to lose.
There's
to
a
the
battle
Lakers
down
tonight,
there with the Detroit Pistons. They're battling it out, and I got to give their coach credit the other night for ripping the officials. And you notice they didn't fine him because he was right about that Knicks game.
Right.
Detroit at the Knicks, and then they came back the next night and won the Pistons. So I think he's the kind of coach that they know they're not very good, but at least he's motivating these guys because he has their back, and that's what players want to see.
Is that Monty Williams?
Yes, the great Monty Williams. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, the Sixers are 7-17 without Joel Embiid. Of course, they've lost 2 straight, losing to the Celtics the other night. They're 3-7 in their last 10, and right now they're 6th in the East.
Yep.
But basically in a dead heat with the Heat and the Pacers. Peter in 5th technically, and the Pacers in 7th. If they drop down into that 7th seed, you know as well as I do, they have to play an extra game or 2 just to get into the the regular playoffs. So that doesn't bode well. And, if Embiid doesn't come back, if he can't come back with about 5-6 games at least left in the regular season and they're running out of time, because you got to ramp him up. You know how he always gets out of shape, when he gets these injuries. So I don't know. This isn't looking good. But it's a good thing that we waited until today for me to come on, Tony, because now we can break down LeBron's big fourth quarter last night.
No, it was amazing, Harry. And I
Laker
said he even did it on the road. And I was joking because they both play in the same building because that was a road game for LeBron. And then so everybody wasn't cheering for him in the building formerly known as Staples Center. But that's still incredible.
Right.
I mean, the guy is still an unbelievable talent. He puts on a show. And that when he plays, he's not dogging it. The guy, when he's out on the floor, busts his ass. And that was an unbelievable comeback. 21 points down, and they win the game on the road against the Clippers.
Yeah, in a building full of fans that typically can't afford to get into the actual Laker games because from what I understand, the tickets are a little cheaper for the Clippers.
Well, the Clippers have a brand new building that they're going to play in next year in LA.
Right.
So everybody, it's like Arizona and Miami and these other cities that aren't big sports fans. Let's give every sports team their own building.
Their own arena.
And then nobody shows up in these towns where nobody gives a shit about sports. And now they're going to make a new arena for the 76 for the Flyers down there because they're going to redo that whole Xfinity Live area there, and they're going to get all those parking spots, Harry, so they can put restaurants and discos and strip clubs and everything else in there, and high-rise apartments and hotels. And then where are people going to park? Down the lakes? Everybody wants to make 15-minute cities. Oh, everybody's got to live within 15 minutes of anything. No, you get your damn car and you drive. How about that? People want to get rid of cars, Harry. It's an outrage.
I've been on this 15-minute city thing ever since I moved here to Gulf Mills. I don't go any further than 15 minutes from my house. I go to the liquor store, the Giant, the grocery store, and the golf club, and that's it. And everything's within 12 miles of me, so I'm way ahead of the curve.
See, that's a real man of genius right there. Mr. Harry Mays breaking it down. What about the Lima now? People want to know what's going on with the Lima, Harry.
She's making a living.
Yes.
She's making a living.
So I posted the photograph that I have up now is with just you single, but I posted a photograph of the Lima because people were wanting to know, and it was your anniversary photograph, and there was an observation, and she looks absolutely beautiful. Chris Horn on Facebook is asking, Harry, are you still drinking the Tito's with the eye drop of cranberry?
No, I went down to Burnett's vodka because I drink so much of it. I can actually get almost 3 Burnett half gallons for the price of 1 Tito.
Now, you know the trick, right? You're not doing the pop, because is it a plastic bottle of Burnett's or is it glass?
It is a plastic bottle. It's Masonomics is what I call it. Yeah.
Not Bidenomics, because if you say Bidenomics, which we didn't invent, you're going to have people come after you for referring to anything as Bidenomics, even though I think it was the Biden people who came up with the term Bidenomics. And now when you use it, so that's good. You have Masonomics.
No.
Masonomics.
And Burnett's, it's not considered top shelf. So do you have to do anything extra to it? Do you run it through a Brita filter to get an extra filtration?
It's like 7 times filtered,
It's filtered like 5 or 6 times, they say on the bottle. But no, I have to bend over to get this bottle. This is
that's not
top
good.
Shelf. This is down on the lower shelf.
Yeah, and if they're plastic, here's the tip. If they're plastic bottles on the bottom shelf, plastic bottles should be on the top shelf. But they can't because that's where all the cheapest stuff goes, in plastic bottles. So they put the really expensive glass bottles up top where you pick it and you could drop it and flood the entire store and then have to get on your knees and lap it off the floor or try to get some towels and soak it up and then put it into a shot glass and take a couple of free drinks in the joint. Robin broke a bottle of wine the other night. We're in a store and she's reaching for something and she knocks a bottle of wine right off the shelf and bam! Red wine everywhere.
But here's the outrage. You don't even mention that I actually saved another bottle. Two bottles
she knocked 2 bottles off and caught
I saved one.
And then I tried to dive, but there was like broken glass and wine everywhere. I mean, it was traumatic, Harry. I almost had to go into the emergency ward to deal with my stress that Robin caused in the and this was in a Winn-Dixie, for God's sake, not even in a liquor store.
Did they make you pay for it?
No, they were nice. No, we're good customers, Harry. They recognize us in there. All right, Harry, now what's going on with now I'm going to ask you about this Caitlin Clark thing. Because last night she got the record for women college basketball. Now, because there was the before the NCAA took over, there was a league for women, which is called the AIAW, right? And there were great players in that league. And now last night she passed the great Lynette Woodard. Now, you remember Lynette Woodard, great player in college, but also played for the Harlem Globetrotters. I mean, she was one of the greatest players. So she passed Lynette Woodard for major college basketball players because she played at a major college, even though it was AIAW. But so was Iowa. And so last night when Caitlin Clark won the game, she led the team to victory. And now they're going to play their final games against Ohio State. Ohio State and the Buckeyes, women Buckeyes, won the Big Ten last night. So they're playing their final game in Columbus against Ohio State. She needs 18 points to break Pistol Pete Maravich's record of 3,884. And now a lot of people will be saying, because they don't like her, because she shoots the three, which Pete Maravich, Lynette Woodard, the old-time players didn't have the three-point shot. And we know Pete Maravich only played 3 years because there was no freshmen. Freshmen weren't eligible.
No freshmen back then.
So he played 83 games, and he got 3,884. We all know that if there was a three-point line, Pistol Pete would have had way more points. But I don't think you can discount what this girl is doing because things change. I mean, she shoots the three now because she's a great player. And so what's your take on this? Because when she breaks, she needs 18. The ticket prices are going for like $500 up there in Columbus, Ohio.
The average price, it's actually going to break the NCAA most expensive price tickets. The average is $500 and something, going all the way from $230 to over $2,000.
What would you pay, Harry, to be there in Columbus, Ohio on Sunday?
I'd probably try to get a media pass.
Damn right. See, that's a smart way of thinking there.
That's
smart way of thinking.
We think the same way.
But I'm not going to rip her. I mean, are we going to try to discount what she's doing?
I'm not going to discount what she's doing. I don't pay attention to women's basketball. I'll just be honest with you, except I do know that Temple has a pretty good team this year. In fact, I think they're leading the league, the American, right now in women's basketball. But, I don't discount what she's doing. It's tremendous. She's she's going to be the best scorer probably ever in any women. But I don't compare her to Pete Maravich for some of the reasons that you mentioned, the 3-point line and also the fact that he only played 3 years. And I just don't compare women to men when it comes to stuff like sports. I don't know why we have to lump them all in together.
Well, because they're now trying to have men play women's sports. So that's what happens.
Yeah.
No, but I totally agree.
Okay.
Now, Harry, if it were apples to apples, then I think it would be an even bigger.
It'd be huge.
Yeah, it'd be huge if she had the same limitations.
Right.
But the fact, you're absolutely right that they're not. This is not an apples to apples comparison.
No, and it's not fair to compare.
I want to know: Did Caitlin Clark's father drive along in the family truckster while Caitlin bounced the ball outside of the back window with the hand outside the window and bounced the ball all the way to the school like Pete Maravich used to do when his dad Press was driving?
That is great.
Did she do that?
Pistol Pete, LSU Bayou knowledge
Well,
right
this
there.
was actually in Raleigh. He grew up in Raleigh,
Right.
North Carolina. This is when he was in Raleigh.
And then he went to school at LSU, of course, yeah.
Correct.
And
yeah.
I stand corrected, Don Wallace. Adam's apple to Adam's apple.
Adam's apple. I already mentioned no three-point shots when Pistol Pete played, or even when Lynette Woodard played and was the leading scorer in women's college basketball before the NCAA took over and then got rid of the AIAW. But the interesting thing is the AIAW acknowledges the records of coaches in when they combine them together between the NCAA records and the AIAW, but they don't recognize the players' records, which is bizarre. Why don't they just combine the records of both leagues? You know, like the NBA and the ABA had different records, different leagues.
Right.
But when they put the player into the Hall of Fame, like Dr. J, they acknowledge both of his leagues, the NBA and the ABA greatness days.
Well, it's kind of the same with what Gino Auriemma and Coach K, right?
Right.
I mean, they're saying that what Gino Auriemma has, surpassed Coach K, or he's closing in on whatever the case may be. And I'm like, well, they coach different genders. I mean, Auriemma never coached college men.
Yeah, but he would be a good college
women.
But you know Gino Auriemma could have coached men too.
Yeah, but I don't know that he's going to get as many wins as he has, right?
That's true. But, to be able to keep
Can't
a program.
Can't we just be different?
Yes, it's different. Listen, I know. Here's one thing we say on the show. We have a motto on the show, Harry. And I don't think this motto existed, even though the actual audio clip existed. But nobody played this until now. And now it should be played every single time when somebody tries to talk about men playing women's sports. And it was a line from a very young man who said it many, many years ago.
Boys have a penis, girls have a vagina.
Boom! Case is closed.
I mean, if that kid can figure it out, can't everybody else?
Exactly. Hey, Harry, do you have time to stay over the break and stick with us, or do you need to run?
What are we doing here? Am I co-hosting the whole day, or what?
Harry, it's only like half an hour, for God's sake.
Not even.
Jesus Christ! I'll send you a case of Burnett's, and I'll throw in at no additional charge for you, Harry Mays. I'll throw you in Grey Goose, the official vodka of Fannie Willis down there in Atlanta, Georgia. Whenever I'm in Atlanta, Georgia, and I'm looking for some football action. Now, I get my Grey Goose on with Fannie Willis.
Actually,
everybody.
Harry, you need to stay for the next segment because we have a Fannie Willis update.
Yes,
and
we
I
do,
have
Harry.
a bone to pick with Tony. So can you
Okay.
hang out for just a few?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
We're coming right. We don't have these 10-minute breaks. We're coming back in less than 2 and 2 with Harry Mays, Tony Bruno, Miss Robin. It is the Thirsty Thursday edition, everybody, of the Tony Bruno Show on the Tony Bruno Sports Network, damn it.
Yo, turn me up in the headphones. Like that.
Turn it up, baby.
Ladies and gentlemen, you've been waiting, and now it's here. TBSN, the Tony Bruno Sports Network.
Make some noise!
The Tony Bruno Sports Network. Download the app. Tell your friends the game is on. TBSN.
See, Harry, we can blow off any commercial break on the show. You know why? Because I'm the damn boss of this network. Who's going to fire me? Me? Robin? Harry May is sticking around. That was only like a minute break, Harry. You don't get. It's hard to pee when you take a minute break.
I just needed station identification.
Yeah, we needed to allow the stations down along the line to identify themselves. Right here, you're listening to the Tony Bruno Sports Network. Be-doop. All right. Anyway, Harry, let's get it back to whatever we were talking about.
We were going to talk about I have a bone to pick with Tony Bruno. I have recently found out that it is appropriate to have, when you call somebody, you put them like your phone will recognize a name when you call. So rather than putting Robin, he should be putting a term of endearment. And we found this out because Fani Willis, the Attorney General in Georgia, who is prosecuting President Trump, her lover, his phone records were seized so that they could determine if they were actual lovers for a longer period of time than they claimed. Right, blah, blah, blah.
And then one of the lawyers got up yesterday in court and was reading from her not IP address.
From
the dude that was banging her. And not that there's anything wrong with that.
And whenever she called the following name, term of endearment.
This is how he identified her on phone calls.
Yes.
Based on court records of the phone conversations. And this is a name that's going to stick. And I'm going to become. Robin's going to use this name.
I don't know, but I want you to come up with something at least this good, Tony Bruno. But here we go.
928-444, which is 928-444-3555.
What's the owner name of this phone?
The name that would appear on, say, a Bluetooth device is found on line 32, which is Gorilla Grip Pussy Pal.
What?
Okay.
What?
Which is 92.
Yes.
Gorilla Grip Pussy Pal, Harry. How about that? Huh?
Gorilla Grip Pussy Pal. I'm very upset with you, Tony Bruno, that I have nothing like that on your phone.
Gorilla Grip. Didn't the guy from, not the ShamWow guy, the other guy with the Flex Seal, the Philly guy?
What?
He didn't invent Gorilla Glue, because there's Gorilla Glue. But when you have a woman who has a Gorilla Grip pussy and she's your pal, or he's your pal, I mean, that's a
friend for life.
Yeah, that's like a vice. I mean, that's like these, these things where you cut the wood chippers, and you put the pressure down and you pull it down when you're trying to split wood. You talk about pussy pressure. I mean, that's some serious pressure right there. I got to give her a roaring round of applause. I'm not going to criticize this woman. Anybody who has a Gorilla Grip pussy, I mean, you can't get any tighter than that, baby. You know what I'm saying?
I have a newfound respect for Fanny.
Right?
Really. Wow.
Harry, I think the Lima and I both have. I mean, she should be upset at you too. I mean, you came up with the Lima, the live-in makeup artist.
Mm-hmm.
You could have been so much more creative.
Exactly.
Well, that's the G-rated nickname. I don't tell you the other. I mean, we're not under subpoena or under oath here.
Not yet, anyway. They're not going to raid our house. Oh man.
This is causing a lot of there's a lot of.
I love this one guy who always calls it. I wonder if Philadelphia local talk radio 1210 and their conservative talk format in the coming days or weeks, are they going to go? This guy emails me every day. What do I do? Am I like George Soros? I don't know what they're going to do. Didn't he just buy the entire company?
Yeah. Well, I think he bought the debt, so he's like a majority. I don't know if he's a majority holder or not, but he owns a significant portion of the company.
Exactly. So I don't know what's going on. Now people are on, did Odyssey not pay Harry? I don't know. I don't even know if they paid me. I mean, Nick Cale's on the listening right now. The most hysterical sports show of all time. When I produced in 2011 and 2012, I pissed my pants every day. Nick Cale, ladies and gentlemen. And Nick, you got to be outraged that Harry Mays has completely turned his back on your love and affection for the WWE. And I remember when we had the big heads. Remember when we had these great listeners who would make those big heads and go to wrestling cards and hold them up when the TV camera was on. Remember?
Yes.
That was back in the day, Harry.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. I forget that guy's name, but they came to see us at the Jug Handle a few times too.
Yes.
Yeah, Joe from Fishtown's buddy. Wasn't it the guy that worked at the airport?
I don't remember.
Oh, the redheaded guy?
Yeah,
don't know.
I think it was him.
What was his name?
I forget his name.
Yeah, he worked
Yeah,
at
I
the
forget.
Jug as a bar back, and then as
He was a TSA agent.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
right. I think
Yeah.
he's still there. You know what
Is
I'm
that
saying?
right?
Wow, this is good stuff, man. Who needs
Gorilla
Gorilla Glue?
Grip, huh?
Who needs Gorilla Glue when you got the grip? Well, you don't. That's interesting because, we always had the Kung Fu grip when we were kids.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, what was that? It was one of the dolls. It was one of those dolls. Was it
Was
G.I. Joe with the Kung Fu grip?
It was G.I. Joe with the Kung Fu grip. Yeah.
That's great. That's great Kung Fu
Yeah.
and grip knowledge, Harry. You got to grip it and rip it.
And rip it.
So I want to thank Kimberly in Philly, who is is one of the great followers on Twitter. I think you've met her. She is a girl in Philly. She's a management person. She just posted the video of people throwing the hot dogs onto the field last year. But I think it was after a big time home run. And since they were allowed to buy like 20 hot dogs each, and it wasn't even a home run. It was like a bases clearing hit. Let's see it here. I mean, you got to see it. The damn hot dogs are flying everywhere.
You have to make it bigger, Tony.
All right, I want people to see this. So this is one of the reasons why they're still going to sell hot dogs, but you're going to have to pay the price, bitches. Here we go. Look at all the hot dogs. I haven't seen that many dogs flying since the last Belladonna group thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you can get those dogs. Those are the dogs that Wawa sells, the Hatfield.
Yes. Hatfield makes everything.
quarter-pounders.
Bacon. Wasn't Hatfield
they're
bought
good.
out by a Chinese company now?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Don't tell me that.
Yes. By the way, one of the guys that we follow, a good guy, Drunk Phillies fan. You know that guy? Drunk Phil's fan. Good dude. He's got a lot of followers. And he says hot dogs are always free at the DPF garage, the Drunk Philly fan garage, Harry. So we're going to have to go to the Drunk Philly fan garage the next time and watch the games on TV there instead of having to over. Now, I don't know what the price is. The buy one, get one. Do we know what the price is?
I don't know.
Hatfield, I'm reading right here, Hatfield, PA. Today it is run by the fifth generation family member, Brad Clemens.
Yeah, from the Clemens supermarket family.
And
The
they
Clemens
said
supermarket's up there, yeah.
it is a proud, integral part of the Clemens Food Group, a family-owned company for 125 years.
Well, I'm glad. I didn't want to. I got to give them a roaring round of applause. That's why we still buy Hatfield stuff down here.
Yeah.
The sausages.
Yeah.
They even have the scrapple down here, which I buy, Harry. You got to go
I don't eat
scrapple.
that, so.
You got to go scrapple here. You got to go, and it's Taylor pork roll. And I hate these arguments.
Yeah.
It's not Taylor ham. It's Taylor pork roll. You know how we
Pork
know that,
roll.
Harry? Because it says it
How?
on the package. That's how I know. Taylor ham.
I like Taylor pork roll, but I can't go scrapple.
Scrapple's good. You get it nice and crispy on the outside and then creamy on the inside.
Yeah.
Then you put it on a put it on a piece of toast.
You know what the
You know what
creamy
I'm
part
saying?
is?
What's the creamy part?
And mustard.
Gruel.
That's not gruel. That's good shit.
Gruel.
That's made from the finest meats and cheeses available and known to man and women and children.
I don't know.
You know what I mean? Harry?
Have you had Martinez on at all? I know you wanted.
No,
to
he doesn't come
hockey,
on. He doesn't
Does he
come
love-
on this show.
I have not asked him recently. I
Damn
should.
it! I thought you guys were going to come on together today. Shit, the Flyers aren't
Oh,
playing
no.
tonight, are they?
No, they're not. They played the other night. They beat Tampa their last
got
game.
the-
They lost both games over
Yeah.
the weekend, though. They lost to the Rangers
I
and
know.
then the Penguins back to back.
They got the Capitals tomorrow night down there in Landover, Maryland, against. They're 27 and 22, so they're not far behind there. So Flyers at Washington on March 1st on a Friday night. Are you watching that tomorrow night, Aaron?
On a Friday night, probably not.
No, I agree.
Well, we can
No.
blame Martinez not being on me as well because I have not contacted him recently, and I should.
And I know you guys put everybody on your podcast from the Philadelphia sports media. You know who hasn't appeared on the Odd G's podcast, Aaron? I'll give you a couple guesses now. I'll let you think this one a little bit. Think this one about it a little bit more.
Tony Bruno?
Correct. And I want to know, Harry. Inquiring minds want to know why me, a noted Philadelphia hockey aficionado. We even had Jose on yesterday in anticipation of your appearance, and we had him do the whole "we have hockey action, yo," and that all stuff, man. All of that stuff.
Well, with March coming up and probably the Big Five and Big Six, City Six, getting shut out of the NCAA tournament, like I anticipate, we won't be talking college basketball, so we can have you on one of the episodes.
Wait, you're saying every single team, not even Drexel, not even St. Joe's, not even Villanova's.
Well,
Villanova's going to get in.
Oh, no.
They're not. Have their bubble busted?
They're the first four out right now, according to your friend and mine, Joe Lenardi.
Joe Lenardi.
Not having a good year. Probably have to go deep, at least maybe into the finals of the Big East tournament to get a sniff. Drexel, Temple, Penn, St. Joe's, LaSalle, all would have to win their conference tournament to get in because they're all below 500. Maybe St. Joe might not be below 500, but they're not good enough to get in on their own merit.
How about if we put Roman Catholic in there instead? I mean, they're the best team in Philadelphia right now.
Right. Back-to-back champions.
Damn right, baby. Back-to-back.
Yeah.
Jack. Roman.
I did some TV with Harry Donahue the other day on the Inside Golf, and Mark Jackson was one of the panelists, and his son, both his sons actually play for the team. He played for the team back in the day, as you know.
Yes.
But his one son hit the basket that put it into overtime.
Wow. How about that?
Yeah.
Now, how are you doing golf shows if it's not golf weather? Do you stay inside or you go outside and get your balls wet? I mean, what do you do?
We do it inside over at Lulu Country Club.
Oh, the Lulu Shrine. I love that place. Love that track, Harry.
It is good. It's a Donald Ross, legendary place.
Damn right, man. Now, when you're coming down here and doing a golf show, I mean, the golf courses are absolutely meticulous condition, Harry. I can get you on any track you want. Any track.
The tour just started the Florida Swing.
Yes, they're over there at the tournament formerly known as the Honda Classic at PGA National.
Correct.
I know my golf, Harry. Who do you like?
Yeah. I took Eric Cole, and he's about 4 over par right now. So it's not looking good.
Eric Cole?
Yeah.
Now, I brought this up yesterday in anticipation of your appearance. We were talking about the controversy over, the legitimate Grand Slam and all, with the Rory McIlroy and this other goob guy or Gooch.
Taylor Gooch.
Taylor Gooch. Your thoughts on this controversy, Harry?
Not to be confused with Gooch from 97.5, the Fanatic back in the day.
Exactly.
Remember that guy?
Oh, he was great. Whatever happened to Gooch?
I don't know. I have no idea. But no, the Taylor Gooch is an idiot. He's a clown. And, it's just preposterous. He's only ticked off because they didn't invite him. There's actually 13 live golf players, live tour players in the tournament. He's just, not good enough in world ranking points. He's down in the 400s in the official world golf rankings, which I know are kind of a joke. Right. But he's not good enough, did not do enough to warrant an invite like his buddy Waco Neiman did. And they gave him one because he actually went and won an Asian Tour tournament a couple of months ago and got an invite. Him saying that it has an asterisk if Rory McIlroy or basically anybody not on live wins the tournament. Well, then do we go back and find, whenever Tiger was hurt and missed a major, whoever won that tournament, that should have an asterisk too because he was the best player in the world.
Exactly.
It's stupid.
It is stupid. What kind of a name is that anyway? Anybody with the last name of Gooch should have no standing to even be
ride
interviewed.
The Gooch train.
Did you ride the Gooch train? The Chooch train was the greatest train of all time.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
But wasn't it Jarek who screwed it up and said,
yeah. Can you ride? And by the way, Harry, it's at the PGA National over there in Palm Beach Gardens.
Palm Beach Gardens, yeah.
Yeah, it's a beautiful track.
Yeah. Oh, I played it.
Now it's Cognizant, the Cognizant Classic. What the hell is going on? It was the Honda. Before that, it was what? It was one of the celebrities named after it. Do you know where any of these tour stops are now when they just say the Cognizant Classic?
They all seem to be like consulting companies.
Yeah, this one's an AI thing.
Oh, it is?
Something like that. I don't even know what they do. It's it's
Well,
all
Honda-
these. Yeah,
Honda
Honda.
pulled
I
their
mean, what happened to
sponsorship.
Hondas? They make mowers, they make motorcycles, they make cars.
They make airplanes.
They make airplanes. They make good shit, Harry.
Yeah.
What happened?
They do. They pulled their sponsorship. Wells Fargo is going to do the same thing. Farmers Insurance is going to do it. That's no longer going to be the Torrey Pines, the one out in Torrey Pines. They're going to have to get a new sponsor
You
for
know
that.
who else pulled?
Yeah,
it?
and
Big
speaking
news.
of this, Harry, this is one. Talk about we have this scripted perfectly today,
I know, it's
Harry.
like-
That's
it's
why
like you
I
guys-
have a list of things that Harry must address
This is
on this
somehow
program.
somehow or another you guys are still in tune with each other.
One
after
of
all
your
these years.
favorite teams and favorite sports arenas in all of the world. FedEx Field. You saw that story today, huh? 25,
I missed that.
25 years after slapping their name up there on the worst stadium now that the A's are out of Oakland, your favorite down there in Landover, Maryland, FedEx Field, it says, absolutely, positively, we are not going to be there anymore as your damn sponsor. How about that?
Well, that place is a dump.
It really is. I think Waste Management should take over the name of it because you're talking about a toxic waste dump
They were paying $7.5 million for
to
naming
sponsor
rights.
that stadium, Harry. And
Yeah.
listen,
Wow.
we've been down there many times, but it's the
Yeah.
is it not the worst stadium now in the NFL?
Yeah, without question it is. And it's not the oldest. I think Arrowhead or Lambeau, I guess, would probably be the oldest.
And they at least
refurbished
fix up
that. That place
They at
is
least
great.
fix up Lambeau Field, and Arrowhead still looks
Right.
great.
Yeah. But I don't know. The Oakland A's, are they officially out of Oakland? I
No,
saw
they're going to
something
play
where,
there, but they actually, you know what they took off their
Okay.
building? They have no sponsorship. They actually took off
Oh.
Born in Oakland and the year that they were there. They actually painted that over, even though they're going to play in the Coliseum for a couple of years. Even they know they're not going to be the Oakland A's, and the people hate the ownership group. And the whole problem was, Matt Raposo, one of our buddies out there in the Bay Area, it should be X-Lax Field. That way you can advertise that your stadium is really shitty. Thank you, Joe Quills. Rooted in Oakland was what it said out there on the board up there at the Oakland Alameda County Coliseum. Rooted in Oakland. Now it's been uprooted in Oakland. That's what they should put up there. Uprooted to Vegas. Vegas, baby. Vegas, Harry. Chad Ramsey, by the way, is your leader. A couple of 64s thrown up there today, Harry.
Yeah.
64s.
Yeah, those guys that got out, they got out in the morning. There's probably no wind. I didn't get to see it this morning, but the wind was probably down, and it probably came up for this afternoon crew because I've seen a lot of balls in the water. There's like water on 15 of the 18 holes.
That's ridiculous, Harry. Now, where's your guy now? Where is he there?
Oh, he's like probably 4 over.
No, I see.
No, he's actually 6 over. He's 6 over.
Eric Cole, he's tied for 143rd, Harry.
Yeah.
You think he's going to
Yeah.
make the cut tomorrow?
No, he'd probably have to shoot 59 tomorrow to make the cut.
Hey, he shot 65 today. That's not too bad.
Yeah.
And we have a comment here from Timothy Philip McDavitt Sr. Says, you know what Josh Harris is going to say? I just want to get out of this building. Drop.
Right, yes. Remember that cut?
Yes, exactly. He doesn't have enough money. Now he's going to have to bring in some more consultants and pay them millions of dollars to find a sponsor. Maybe put Fanatics up there. Fanatics, which Ruben, I mean, that guy's a genius, except with the baseball pants where you can see through and see the guy's ass crack. How do you like that, Aaron?
That's Nike too, though, right?
Yeah,
With
Nike
Fanatics.
designed it, but Fanatics now
Right.
makes everybody's gear because they got rid of the Majestic, and now they're Nike. But Fanatics is actually making those see-through pants. And I know chicks are going to like it because
Yeah. Well,
chicks
yeah.
dig baseball. They dig the long ball, and they dig the thick ball, too. So if they're going to go to the game,
the bat.
they love the bat.
Well,
they
some
love.
guys do too.
Well, hey, not that there's
Yeah,
anything wrong with that, Harry.
I mean, they're looking for new audiences everywhere, Tony.
Exactly.
I mean, come on.
A lot of big names, Harry. A lot of big names struggling right now. Brandon
Yep.
Snedeker's 3 over, Harry. Just Ryan Palmer. Victor Perez. Whatever happened to Victor Perez? We used to root for him all the time.
Victor Perez is a Frenchman. You were rooting for him?
Absolutely, because the French
Really?
chicks, they're hot. There's going to be some French
yeah.
chicks hanging around there.
I agree. I like French chicks. But, Ryan Palmer, this is his 500th PGA Tour start.
Wow, really?
500. Yeah.
Dude.
That's a long career. He made a lot of money.
You're damn right, man. Because it's not
Yeah.
about winning. It's about finishing in the top 5, Harry. That's all you got to
Just
do.
make the cut.
Just make the damn cut. Now, let's see. The cut lines, there's The cut line's going to probably be somewhere around maybe 1 over, if that.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough
plus
to say
6. He's
today.
gone. He and Kevin Kistner are pretty much shot. They're both
Oh,
plus
yeah.
6. Chase Johnson is
Yeah.
plus 4. So it's probably going to be around maybe even par plus 1, depending on what they throw up there tomorrow. You know what I mean?
I mean, there's 69 players at 2 under or better. So I would say 2 under right now looks like the cut, but that could change come tomorrow.
Exactly.
They take 65, the top 65 or top 60 in ties.
Harry, you know your golf, man. That's why you should become our official golf and should come down here for the rest of the spring and do golf
Yeah, I
programming
should.
live here from Southwest Florida. I can get you on
You're
this little
right.
track right across the bridge. They don't know me,
Yeah.
but I'm going to go on there and say, do you know who I am? We'll talk our way on. And then we'll have gators. And if a ball, did you see the video of the ball that went in the gator's mouth? The guy was going to the fairway to get his ball.
No.
And he was, because it wasn't really like a great track because you could see it was just a regular golf course. But there's this gigantic gator, and the guy walks over to try to get his ball. The gator turns his head sideways, gets the ball in his mouth. And then when the guy walks up to this monster gator, the gator opens his mouth almost to like say, suck it.
No, he said, like, come and get it.
Come
Just
and get it, bitch.
Get it.
Yeah, right.
I dare you.
Come and get it, bitch. And it's classic. And then there was another video of these guys in a cart path that were screaming down the cart path, which is right adjacent to a pond. And as they're screaming down the golf path, a gator was going trying to cross. And I think the gator had the right of way.
I think they always have the right of
guys,
way.
you got to see, we did a whole Florida Gator update yesterday, Harry, because it's great to be a Florida Gator, as
We
you
are
well know.
shocked that golf cart did not end
So
up
this
in
golf
the
cart just barely missed it, and the gator is perfectly timed. They're coming down the cart. They don't know the gator's there. The gator starts running and almost gets the guys. He jumps, and the gator and then he went in the damn water. But that's the kind of stuff that you see down here, Harry, and that's what we need more of in golf. I think
Some
they
of
should
those
do
gators,
that on every golf course on the PGA Tour.
Instead of sand traps, they should have gator traps.
They should have gators
Yeah.
along the water. And these guys who go into the water to try to get their damn ball out or hit it out of the water, they should have to face gators. Many
It's like
gators.
Jeremy Roenick. Remember Jeremy Roenick with the gator? Didn't he go up and slap one? Remember that video?
No.
Yeah, there was one with Jeremy Roenick that did that.
I'll have to look it
He's-
up because
he's crazy.
I know
Well,
that
we
there,
know he is, man.
I know
We
that
love
there
him,
is
man. Love
another
Jeremy.
video of somebody on the PGA Tour that just took his club and tapped him on the tail and it went into the water.
Mm-hmm.
He has an I Love Golf, Jeremy Roenick Life.
While you're searching for that, Tony, I have some text messages that have been coming in. Chad Everett has a couple really good ones, so I'm going to read them in a row. First,
He's up from Harry's old neck of the woods
Yeah.
up there in Palmerstown, right?
He says, ask Harry
Yeah,
how many
he's a
high
Lehigh Valley
noons.
guy.
Yep.
How many high noons has he had already today?
Jerry, you don't drink
first of
high
all-
noons, do you, Harry?
I don't drink. No, I don't drink high noons, and I haven't had anything today. I haven't actually had anything since Monday night.
Wow.
Wow. Harry.
Well,
Yeah.
here's one from area code 727 that says, sounds like Tony needs to take Harry out. He's cheaper date than Robin.
No, we have plenty of vodka here. Our bar and our wine cellar is fully stocked, Harry.
Now, area code 484 says, tell Harry New Amsterdam vodka is cheap and good. They are. New Amsterdam is actually
Yeah,
not
the
bad at all.
NHL guys, they pimp that, right? The NHL guys are pimping
And
that.
they have gin, like
Yeah,
they have a couple different things that are made by New Amsterdam that are actually quite good.
Yeah, actually, the New Amsterdams are the airplane bottles that I get to throw in the golf bag.
Yeah.
They're $1 a piece at the liquor store.
$1 for a
And the
little
Tito's, yeah, the Tito's are $2. New Amsterdams are $1.
Wow, I
Yeah,
didn't
the-
know that,
The
Harry.
New Amsterdam is pretty damn,
Yeah.
and it's in a glass bottle.
Maybe
So-
the Phillies should have dollar
It is.
Tito's nights for all the fans.
Yeah.
Dollars Tito's. That'll go over big.
I know, really.
There you go.
Now, Luigi has a text. He says, this is regarding the stadium naming rights. They should call it Valtrex Stadium. They could have the situation come out at halftime and fist pump.
Oh.
Well, thank you, Harry, for staying for 2 full segments.
Let me give him a roaring round of applause. Harry, we missed you in Vegas,
Yeah.
bro. It was great out there, man.
Oh,
We worked
yeah.
our asses off, but it was a lot of work.
New
I know
Orleans
you
next
did.
year.
New Orleans, Harry, we got to get ready.
That's right.
Bourbon Street, Basin Street, all the streets, big-ass beers, big-ass chicks.
Yep.
It's going to be epic. It's going to be.
Who are the favorites right now? The Niners are favored over Kansas City, I think.
Yeah, probably the same.
Yeah.
But you know what? Next year, Harry, don't sleep on Cincinnati. Don't sleep on Buffalo.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Dallas. Who knows? But Dallas is going to be good again. I mean, they're not going to fall off the face of the earth. So it's going to be another interesting year. I think we should start talking more Eagles right now and get it back to the Eagles.
Right.
Yeah, because a lot of stuff is going on right now, Harry.
Well, you got the draft coming up, Tony. You can break it down. Get Baldy on.
Well, we love Baldy. We love Baldy. And his breakdowns on the internet, on his site.
Oh, they're the best.
Who does it better than Baldy?
Nobody.
Nobody. Harry Mays, ladies and gentlemen, as he once said.
What's going on back there?
And he didn't even say this once today. I don't know what's going on with my machine.
Get out! I am pissed off.
He is. Were you pissed off today, Harry?
What's going on back there?
Not pissed
well,
off.
Well, yeah, my guy's 6 over.
Yeah, you should be. The last place, Harry. How do you pick a guy that finishes? What do you know about golf if you pick the guy who's the worst golfer in this tournament over there at the Cognizant Update stinking Palm Beach Gardens?
He was the Rookie of the Year last year and finished second and lost in a playoff at this tournament last year. And today he stinks out loud. That's golf.
Damn
the way
right.
it is.
That's why I quit playing it. But I get sucked back in and then go out there and stink it up again. Because I got my clubs in the garage now. I actually have them where I can see them again.
You need new clubs.
I know I don't. My clubs are awesome. That Tommy Armour Persimmon, that sumbitch is going to eat pretty soon down here in Florida. That sumbitch is going to eat.
We love you, Harry. Miss you.
There he is, the great Harry Mays, everybody. Oh, man. What up, Danny Werfel?
We'll be right back.
Where we going right now? I'm going to take one real quick break and come right back. All right?
It was meant to be. Tony Bruno on the Tony Bruno Sports Network.
Service announcement from Brill Cream. Men, beware. Use one dab of Brill Cream. Just a little dab makes your hair look excitingly clean, disturbingly healthy. This man dared to use 2 dabs. Now he's in trouble. We refuse to be responsible.
Brill Cream, Brill Cream, Brill Cream, Brill Cream, a little dab will do ya. Brill Cream, you look so debonair. Brill Cream, the gals will all pursue ya. They'll love to get their fingers in your hair.
Bud Light presents Real Men of Genius.
Real Men of Genius.
Today we salute you, Mr. Athletic Groin Protector Inventor.
Mr. Athletic Groin Protector Inventor.
People love to play sports, but they don't love it when they get hit in the twig and berries.
Oh!
For years, cringing fans watched as man after man went down. But then you came along and said, "Here, stick this in your pants."
Nice to meet you.
The errant headbutt, the inside fastball, the wayward high five, all no match for your crash helmet.
I'll bring it on.
Sure, some athletes shun them, but don't worry, they'll come around.
Show us the way.
So crack open an ice-cold Bud Light protector of the package and know that we're just nuts about you.
We're just nuts.
Bud Light Beer, Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri. Bud Light presents Real Men of Genius.
Real Men of Genius.
Today we salute you, Mr. Giant Foam Finger Maker.
Mr. Giant Foam Finger Maker.
Without you, our teams would be in 6th or 7th place and feel as if they were in 6th or 7th place.
Can you feel it?
Carefully, you craft uncanny representations of actual human hands so that we may wave them annoyingly in the faces of our rivals.
In your face.
They're enormous, yes, yet one size fits all. Brilliant.
Raise them to the sky now.
So crack open an ice-cold Bud Light, Mr. Foam Finger Maker, and know we speak for sports fans everywhere when we say, no, you're number one.
Giant Foam Finger Maker.
Bud Light Beer, Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri.
Now back to the biggest sports network on the planet, the Tony Bruno Sports Network.
Yeah. Fun, thirsty Thursday. Always fun talking with Harry Mays.
Always, always, always.
You know, I've worked with a lot of great people, but everybody pretty much agrees now. Harry Mays and I were just killing it, so to speak.
Yep.
Would you agree?
I would agree.
Because he was on my frequency. He gets my frequency, and a lot of people don't. Even you don't get my frequency, Robin.
Not as good as Harry, no.
Because Harry gets it. Harry gets it, Robin. Sometimes you do. You've gotten a little bit better each time.
Luigi's pretty good,
Yeah,
too.
Luigi gets it. Yeah,
Luigi
gets it. But I'm talking about guys that were, long-term co-hosts in different genres, so to speak.
Different area codes.
Yeah, like a hose. I got hose in different area codes.
You have co-hosts in different area codes.
Not coho hockey sticks. That would be Jeremy Roenick again. But we got to get Jeremy on one of these days.
I know.
You know what I mean?
We do. Joe Quills is correct. We have a cat sighting.
Yes, we do. The lovely Lily's there. Lily, come here, Lily. Can you want to come over?
She's like, no, I'm real comfortable. Thanks so much.
Let's everybody see. Look at Lily. Look at my baby kitty. She's a good girl. Look. Yeah. Here's Lily. Yeah. You know what she is, Robin?
What's that?
She's my Gorilla Grip pussy pal. Tell you that right now.
That might be my favorite of anything that has ever come up in a court of law.
Yeah, I mean, and the guy had to read it
I know.
with a straight face and not
you
break
know,
up.
And you could see it in his face because he knew it was coming and he was gonna have to mention it, and he tried to get away with not mentioning by saying it's on line 32, and then he realized he was gonna have to say it out loud, and he was like, Gorilla Grip Pussy Pal.
Wow, that's quite an honor. I think she's got to be proud of that.
I would die, yeah.
You know, I mean, not many women have the Gorilla Grip down there.
No. I mean she's obviously been doing a lot of Kegels.
Well, I mean, whatever. A lot of.
It's the best thing to happen to
Oh,
Phillies.
Tony Bruno.
I'm trying to find something so I can play it. I have to turn the stupid thing off. So let me read. I have an update on. I want to read the full story from the Phillies website about the controversial Dollar Dog Night debacle.
While you're looking for that,
I have it.
You do? Okay.
Yeah.
I just wanted to give a quick shout out to the people in Finland and in Germany listening in again. They're back. They disappeared.
We love having people. Now, are they Americans living in Finland and Germany, or are they Finnish natives and German natives?
If you are listening in Finland and or Germany, can you text? Well, I don't know if texting. You can text us. You can email us at tbsportsnetwork@gmail.com. You can text us at 352-234-8669. That's 352-234-TONY. Or you can log on to Facebook on our Facebook pages. That's probably the if you don't want to use any of your data, if you don't have unlimited, log on to Facebook and text us through there. We would love to hear if you're Finnish, if you're American living in Finland, how come you're listening every day and we love you?
Absolutely. This is worldwide. Worldwide, baby.
Yep. We have some people in Australia.
Yes. This is is not just some local yokel show.
The person in Hawaii is not listening today. They were yesterday.
Aloha, by the way, means goodbye.
And then we have tons of people all over the U.S., obviously.
Now, the Phillies organization announced today, again, is this a big outrage? No. I eat 2 hot dogs, if that. Plus, I like my hot dogs grilled, not boiled.
Right.
Now, some boiled hot dogs are okay, and it's easier to make them boil. But I like the ones that go around and around and around.
On the rolling grill.
On the rolling grill, yeah. And I like to put them, and I like the really good hot dogs, the Hebrew Nationals and the Nathans, because they're kosher and they're all beef. They're not fillers. And with all due respect to Hatfield, their dogs are not all beef. I don't know if they make an all beef kosher one, and that's fine.
Now, what about a deep fried hot dog?
No, I don't like deep fried. I love everything deep fried, but not hot dogs.
That's pretty good.
Nah, you don't want to do that. I mean, come on. When you split them, though, you put them on the grill. You know, you get them, you keep turning them around, and then you split them in the middle, and you open them up open face.
Yeah.
And so you get that little bit of a char
on the
inside, and then you put that in a bun, and then you put the relish in first, and then the mustard, and then you pour it, and oh, by the way, when you get the bun, then you get a pan, and you put a little butter in the pan, and then you get that bun and put that in there, and get a little butter sauce on it.
I know
not like
what Tony's gonna
not like a
want for
butter
dinner.
burger at Culver's, which I have a hankering for because we haven't had a butter burger from Culver's in a long time.
If you've never had a butter burger before, I didn't think that it was going to be that special. You know, burger is a burger is a burger.
Mm-hmm.
I was wrong. It is a fantastic burger.
No, I mean, listen, Gary Radnich and I I was not a co-host. I was a guest on his show.
Yeah.
So I don't, listen, Gary and I had 17 years of doing that stuff in the mornings on KNBR in San Francisco.
But that was probably the best half hour in radio.
Oh, yeah. I mean, listen, I didn't say it. A lot of the listeners did. And that's why we stayed on as long and every day and talked about pretty much anything we wanted to talk about, which is really when radio, because remember, we're talking about 2000. Back in 2000, I started with Gary.
Yes.
1999, actually.
Prince Onage, I'm so sorry. Yes, you did. He just got off.
Oh, no.
I know, but you'll be able to watch the replay.
Exactly.
Yeah. Is it Michael or Mikel?
Mikel Estropia.
Mikel Estropia. He says, I went to Encino High School, same as the great Jimmy Rollins.
Absolutely. Jimmy Rollins, who should be in the Hall of Fame. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, let me get back to and finish the actual read, the
hot dog controversy.
So I could read John Clark's version of it, but here it is. The Phillies announced today, Thursday, the Dollar Dog Nights with Hatfield Phillies Frank's BOGO Nights. That's what's going to replace them. The new giveaway will take place on April 2nd and April 16th, and will allow fans to buy one hot dog at regular price and get the second dog for free at concession stands throughout the ballpark. John Weber, who I know, who's the Senior Vice President of Ticket Operations and Projects, answered questions about the chart to change and responded to fan reactions. This was done in order to make sure we try to get a positive environment for all of our fans. Weber also said long lines during the event led to the decision to replace it as well. All these things combined kind of led us to this point. Dollar Dog Night was first introduced back at Veterans Stadium when you would throw the hot dog and it would bounce off that crappy turf at Veterans Stadium in Philadelphia. 1997. The promotion featured $1 hot dogs and was a very popular event for the fans. At times, though, hard to believe it became rowdy, with some incidents in which fans tossed hot dogs at players. The last couple, we got to get John Weber on. The last couple of years there were some operational issues which we're going to address, but also last season, the throwing of hot dogs. It was just not an enjoyable season. I don't know. I see those memes where the woman has all these hot dogs falling in her face. You know that one? And there's another one where the woman has all these hot dogs in her mouth. How is that not enjoyable? Why would they do it if they didn't like it? Why would they do that, Robert?
Tony, if you got hot dogs pelted at your head, I don't think you'd like it either.
No, I'm not condoning people. First of all, you're an idiot if you throw a hot dog. You know, people are starving to death right here in Southwest Florida and would love a nice dog right now. Like this reporter right here. If you have a hot dog and you want to throw it away, you just send it right here. I'll put it on the damn grill right now. Fans reacted strongly to the news on X, formerly known as Twitter. While Weber acknowledged some of the negative reactions that were seen on social media, he also said the Phillies' feedback from other fans who wanted them to end Dollar Dog Nights. How many people wanted them to end Dollar Dog Nights? They didn't have a good time. They did not have a good time, except those 400-pound guys that were carrying like 30 hot dogs to their places every time. So mark your calendars right now, ladies and gentlemen. We have the 2024 schedule magnet presented by Valley Forge Tourism. Sunday, March 31st against the Atlanta Braves, opening weekend edition, the 2024 schedule magnet. And the BOGO night, all fans, April 2nd versus the Cincinnati Redlegs, and Tuesday, April 16th, against the Colorado Rockies. Fans can buy 2 dogs for the price of 1 hot dog. So now here it is. The price of 1 hot dog is $5. So you pay $5 and you get not 1, but 2 hot dogs only at concession stands. Because those suckers walking up and down the aisles, they don't want to play that shit. They got expensive beers to sell. You know what I'm saying? So $5, that means they've gone from $1 for a hot dog
Yes.
to $2.50. I didn't even need a calculator for this because you know I'm bad at math.
So impressed with
So
you.
now, if you buy 1 hot dog for $5, you get the second hot dog absolutely free.
So that means that the price increased to 250%.
250%. Well worth the price. In fact, I think some people are so excited that they're even going to throw hot dogs, even though they were going to cost them $2.50 a piece to throw them onto the playing field. And again, I'm not condoning throwing a hot dog anywhere, not even where you want to throw a hot dog. And then, of course, Independence Blue Cross seniors stroll the bases. 55 and over fans. Monday, May 6th versus the San Francisco Gigante. In addition, the previously announced seniors stroll the bases on August 23rd. Nothing more exciting than watching old people walk, because you know it's not run around the bases. Don't they? I'm 71 years old. I can pick them up and put them down and go around the bases. Why do you have to insult seniors, active seniors such as this guy, and say stroll? What happens if there's a couple of 80-year-old people and they want to stroll their asses from first to second base at their own pace, which they have a right to do? What happens if I want to blaze around the bases? Not fire up a doobie, that kind of blazing. Is that not really offensive to those of you in the 55 to 70-something range who can still run but have to stroll? Now, if I stroll the bay, I can stroll like I used to in South Philly. You know when you used to walk down the street and go, yeah, I'm bad. Maybe I'll do that.
I don't understand that. I do not understand.
It was called the stroll.
But what
It was a
what
song
is this
called the
thing?
stroll.
This thing is just stupid.
Stroll the bases, Robin?
No, where you're like doing you're like pumping something.
That's when you used to walk. You'd be cool. You'd go, yeah, baby, I'm bad. And that's what the gangsters, even the white gangsters did that shit. You walk down the street and you strolled.
Gosh.
That means you're bad. Remember in the scene, Stir Crazy in the prison?
Yeah, I know.
Remember?
We bad.
Yeah, that's when. What was his name? You know who was in the movie?
Pryor.
Richard Pryor, and the guy was Willy Wonka. Great actor. Wait, Dean writes, Tony just did math without a mistake. I'm cracking open a bottle of champagne. What happens? They have a walker around the bases. Why don't they do that for fans?
Gene Wilder.
The great Gene Wilder, of course.
Hello.
And they come out of jail. Remember when they open the cells and they're letting them out? And they're like, yeah, we bad. That's strolling, Robin.
Yes.
And there was a dance called the stroll back in the day.
Tony, we have so many yes, people are writing in Gene Wilder that we spent
I know
time
it's
with.
Gene Wilder, one of the greatest of all time.
Catch Me If You Can, 1116.
Not Cash Me Outside. How about that?
On Twitter is saying, Tony, listening to you and Harry Mays were absolutely the effing gold on the radio. And believe me, I love when he pops on. Nothing but laughs.
No, we have fun.
Nick Kale ripping us, saying, ripping me. Hey, Nick. He's ripping me, says, get it together, Miss Robin. What is going on back there?
Exactly.
Damn it, Nick.
By the way, you know where else they did the stroll, Robin?
Where?
In Grease, one of your favorite stupid musicals.
I don't remember. Maybe you're just doing it wrong.
Bullshit. I know how to do the stroll. I'm from Philly. The stroll was one of the biggest dance crazes. Let me show you the stroll from Grease, okay? You ready? This is what the stroll looks like, Robin, in the damn movie Grease, which I don't even like because there's too many grease balls. Now, here we go. I'm going to play this right now. You ready? Why don't I hear it now?
Oh, because I had to turn your volume all the way down.
Here we go, Robin. This is in Grease.
That's a dance.
No, they do the stroll in this. That's not the stroll. Why do they say the stroll?
I told you.
They lied, because I don't remember Greece, except the stuff in the frying pan. Maybe they do it there too, but I want to see the actual stroll, Robin.
I'll see if I can find something, Tony.
I know the real stroll, but they said this was stroll, and it was not. They're lying.
Yes, Kaniki.
Let me play the other stroll. You ready?
Okay.
And they teach you how to do it on YouTube, Robin. Here we go. The stroll.
Stop stuffing sopping wet bags of
No,
ice
I'm not
into your
stuffing
cooler.
anything in
I've
my
got a
bag. Big. Here we go. You ready, Robin?
You're so bad at this.
Larry King is talking about the stroll?
Get it together, Tony.
Hello, stroll. Here it is.
All right.
Hello.
What are you doing?
I'm trying to play the video.
You can't keep stopping something. You just need to let it go. Okay, just let it play.
I gotta I have to unmute.
See, now people were giving me shit before.
That's why. That's a country line dance. That's not the stroll.
Tony?
Don't people know what the damn stroll is? YouTube's all full of shit. They have the wrong things. That's not the stroll.
Prince Onaj saying, I'm crying. They're dancing like 3-year-olds.
Look at this shit. I want the real damn stroll. How hard is it? I know the song. There was a song called The Stroll.
Tony,
I should have just played that at first.
No. Tony, you continue with regular programming, and I will find it for you because
you don't even know what the stroll is, Robin.
I do know what you just did.
Here it is here's from the American Bandstand. Here we go. Let's put this bitch up. Now it's so old it's in black and white. Yeah.
Are you sure?
I know it's old. It says it's the stroll.
Because it's an image, it's not a video, Tony.
God damn it. Sorry, God.
Tony, you suck at
I hate doing this shit.
That's why I'm telling you, would you please stop doing it and let me find it for you?
Find the damn stroll, Robin. In the meantime, we got to give a shout-out to one of the legendary broadcasters who announced his retirement today, Bill Hillgrove. If you're a football fan, a Pittsburgh Steelers fan, or even a broadcasting fan, Bill Hillgrove has announced his retirement after 30 years of calling Pittsburgh Steelers games. He's 83 years old now. He says he wants to spend fall afternoons, fishing. He's 83, one of his family. But guess what? He's giving up the Steelers games, but he's still going to continue to do the Pitt Panthers football and the Pitt Panthers basketball games because they're in the fall and winter. And even, because obviously he wants to be around family in July and August. And when you're doing NFL football, you're at training camp. So he'll be able to spend his July, August, and falls, with his family by not doing the Pittsburgh Steelers. But he's still going to be working and doing the Pittsburgh Panthers football and basketball. So congratulations. He replaced Jack Fleming back in 1994, Robin. And that sounds like not that long ago. That's a long time ago now. Because now you say 94, that wasn't that long ago. That was 30 years ago, Robin. And even I figured it out, and you were correcting me when I said 94, so it's 2024. So I said, how many years ago was 1994? And you were trying to figure it out, and you were wrong. You said like 27. No. I said, even I know, and I suck at math, that if it's 2024 now, then you go back to
24 plus 6, which is 30.
You never said 30, Robin. I wish I had it on tape. I'm going to have to start taping all of our conversations and other things that we do around the house.
I think that would be a very good idea.
Thank you.
And I found the stroll for you, Tony.
Come on, play it. Let me see if that's the right stroll now. A lot of these strolls are full of shit. I don't want any phony strolls. I want the real strolls. See that? Look. You got to look like a strapper when you do it. You know who looks like those people now?
Whoa.
The geeks of today. All the computer geeks, the guys with the pencils and the shirt, the pencil protectors, pocket protectors.
Wow. Wow, they look like they're having so much fun. They're not even cracking a smile or nothing.
Stiffs. That's because they're on TV, and these were young punks. And when I was on TV dancing, I brought the funk, I brought the noise, I brought the intensity.
I know. You were wearing Cuban heels and everything.
Damn right. That's some white girl shit right there.
They're not pumping their arms or nothing.
No, that's not the stroll. That's the name of the song, but they're not strolling.
Okay.
That's at least when you had the Soul Train dance line, those people got into it. Remember the Soul Train dance line? The Soul Train dance line?
Yes.
And they would get up and there would be a man and a woman, and then they would freelance.
I agree, Dean. That's some bad white shit dancing right there.
You're damn right it
you
is.
are.
It's pronounced Michael, like the great character Michael Corleone.
Oh, okay.
Although it's spelled M-I-K. Yeah, well, Michael Bridges, there are a lot of people who spell M-I-K-E-L. You know what I'm saying? Not Mikhail Gorbachev. Come on, Robbins. I seen my grandparents do this once. I believe it was when they say that's the original stroll. That's the song, but a stroll is. Can you find the scene in the movie, Robin?
You mean like Saturday Night Fever?
No. In the movie Stir Crazy.
Oh, okay.
Where it's we were talking about. You know what I'm saying?
We bad. Stir Crazy.
Stir Crazy. The scene in prison when they get out and they're brought into jail. And they want to make it look like they're real criminals. You know what I mean? Because they've been put in with the rest of the criminals. But they want it to fit in.
All right.
So you have to go to it. I think the movie was called Stir Crazy, right?
It is.
Okay, I got that right.
Here we go.
Here we go. Now, watch. This is a stroll. See that? That's a stroll.
What are you doing? Don't get bad. Better get bad.
That's a stroll right there.
You're going to get fucked.
Yeah.
You bad. They don't mess with you.
Yeah. We bad.
Hey, home, get down. Hey. You a little too bad, ain't you?
We bad. That's a stroll. See, you got to have one arm.
No, he's not doing that.
Yes, he is. He's got his one arm moving back. See it?
He is not.
Yes, he is. Look at Richard Pryor.
He is swinging his arm.
That's the stroll. When you walk, you got to.
You don't lift it up.
But you're still. That's right.
You look like you were trying to pump a.
No, but you're walking and you're doing this.
Yeah.
You're not walking like this.
No,
you got to get it down. You got to get the stroll down. And then it's a continuous flow. It's a constant movement. It's like your arm is on this
I understand.
rotational thing, but it doesn't go all the way up and it doesn't go all the way back.
Whatever
it's
you're
just a
doing
partial
is not
strut
what he's
thing.
doing.
It's like we bad. That's a stroll. That's a strut. That's the way you do it. And I know everybody who understands realizes what a grave mistake you are, Robin. George Jefferson used to do it. Thank you very much, Play Action Reel. Stroll.
Oh.
See how many? I'm here to teach and learn at the same time, Robin. Meanwhile, what's the other video we had to play here, Robin? Do we have another one?
We have
another hour of outstanding broadcasting today.
Well, when we come back,
Yes.
we have the drone footage of our lot.
Yeah, people want, because I haven't seen
Which
this
is
on a
really,
big
really
screen.
cool.
Yeah,
I'll have to set it to music because I don't think there's any music on it. Or you can describe it for those who are not watching on social media.
Mm-hmm.
And we have one of the best answers from a Jeopardy winner ever.
Yes, we do. And I didn't even see this. Is this the new Jeopardy with the guy I don't like? Or is this the great Alex Trebek?
Unfortunately.
I don't like that guy. What's his name? He's a strapper.
Yeah, I don't
They
care.
fired what's her name to keep this jerk off?
I know. It's disgusting because I don't
Maya
like
Bialik? Wasn't she great?
She was fantastic. She was awesome. I loved her.
And I knew they were going to make a decision, but they dumped the wrong person.
Yes, they did.
This guy who was a Jeopardy champion, he's a piece of shit.
He's annoying.
He's a piece of shit. Let me just say that, make that perfectly clear right now.
He's whiny and he's full of himself.
Yes, he is. He's a jerk off, a strapper, and all those other things that I don't normally call people. What is that, Robin?
It's Brandy.
I thought that was Stroll, a different version of the Stroll.
I didn't know that it started like this. It's kind of pretty. I feel like I'm in a Zen thing.
Dude.
I feel like I'm watching that underwater video that you had me watch last night.
That was the what was that called? The Coral City.
Calm.
The Coral City in Indonesia. Unbelievable. Yeah.
We will be right back after this station identification. It's just a short one.
I like when it's short. Oh.
It was meant to be. Tony Bruno on the Tony Bruno Sports Network.
Bud Light presents Real Men of Genius.
Real men of genius.
Today, we salute you, Mr. Garden Gnome Maker.
Mr. Garden Gnome Maker.
Anyone can dress up a yard with a shrub or some gladiolas, but it takes real guts to use a small, brightly colored ceramic man.
You're the man.
And what says, welcome to our home, like a dwarf in the hedges.
Standing tall.
Many a night, you've slaved over a hot ceramic man-maker, knowing somewhere there was a lonely pink flamingo or a cement frog who needed a buddy. So crack open an ice-cold Bud Light, oh master of miniatures, because as all Americans know, a home isn't a home without a gnome.
Take me home.
Bud Light Beer, Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri.
Ladies and gentlemen, you've been waiting, and now it's here. TBSN, the Tony Bruno Sports Network. Make some noise! The Tony Bruno Sports Network. Download the app, tell your friends, the game is on. TBSN.
Where you been, girl? You and your friend need to come to the back.
Yeah. Oh. No, this is my jam here right now, Rob. Where the Bacardi at, baby? Where the party at, yo? Where the party at? Where the Bacardi at? Yeah. Right here, baby. Party. It's happy hour. Tony Bruno Sports Network. 5 o'clock.
On a thirsty Thursday.
On a thirsty MFing Thursday. You know what I'm saying? You got to put a little bit semi-profanity in it to give it the full effect, Robin. You know what I mean? Robin, can you turn my machine back on, please? And you stop turning it off?
Tony, I turned it off because you told me to, because you were playing something that was
That
by
was on
accident.
here, not on here.
It doesn't matter. They're on
Yes,
the
it does.
same thing.
Never turn off my drink machine.
They are on the same fader. I can't.
Fader?
I can't turn one off and not the other one. That's
By the
how
way,
that
I got to
works.
post a picture that was posted on Twitter. It's only a photo. It's from Haley Taylor Simon. I think she works with my buddy John Kincaid on the morning show on 97.5 The Fanatic, and she covers the Flyers. She has a picture of herself last year. Can you bring this up? There's no the sound on it. It's just a still picture. This is Haley Taylor Simon, and she says, "The hardest goodbyes are the ones you don't see coming. R.I.P. Dollar Dog Night, forever in my heart." And look closely at the picture, Robin. How many hot dogs does this lovely woman have as she's walking up into the outfield corner where the foul pole is down the left field line?
If I can see it from here, it's not one,
Not
two.
Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, at least 7 hot dogs. Who needs to buy 7 hot dogs? Seriously.
When you
Does that
send-
chick look like she eats 7 hot dogs?
No, but when you
Maybe
send,
for her friends?
Yeah, when you send one person out to get you all hot dogs, that's what happens.
But you shouldn't do that.
Why not?
That's why people started throwing them. Because if one person gets it 7, the other person goes and gets 7. My point is she there with 7 other friends? I don't know. And if she is, why is she sitting in shitty seats? No, those aren't bad, actually. That's where you get
I was
home run
gonna
balls
say,
and
I was
foul.
gonna say.
When that hits the foul pole deep down the left field line at
Now, Tony,
Citizens Bank Park.
We should allow this to be an audience decision. What should we go to next? Should we go to the best answer as from a Jeopardy winner, or should we go to our lot and show the video?
Let's do the Jeopardy winner first, because
Oh,
you know.
okay, not
but
audience.
the one thing about drones and I mean, drones are amazing. They use them now. I think, and we were talking about this before, I think drones will eventually replace fireworks because they can do so much more with drones as far as aerial shows. And, you know, and fireworks are dangerous. And listen, I love the old school fireworks, but, you know, they're dangerous to make. They're dangerous to store, and there's great people who do this and put on fireworks shows. But the thing about the drone show now, the technology is so incredible. Because we saw it at Disney years ago when we were there for the college football championship, right? And it was right after Christmas. We were at Disney Springs, and we're sitting there. Luigi was there. And I look up in the sky and say, what the hell is that? And I said, I don't know what it was. We found out it was a drone show, and they put on this unbelievable show in the sky, and I'm saying, that's not fireworks. So that's how, Disney's way ahead of the curve, and they had thousands of drones. And now you see these unbelievable drone shows everywhere on Earth where they can make these drones do anything, and it's unbelievable. They lay them out in the field, and they're all synchronized, and these people are geniuses. But Robin's brother, Rex, is also a technological genius. So he said he had a drone, and he's been shooting all these videos here in Florida. And I said, how big is this drone? It's got to be huge. But it's not. How big is that drone, Robin? It can't be more than 6 inches by 6 inches square, right?
Yeah.
And we go to our lot where our property is, where our house hasn't been built yet. But I said, I want to see over, because at our lot, right across the water, there's a wildlife refuge. And so they can't build properties on there. That's the good thing. But we also have the sunset directly behind the property. And that's one of the reasons we picked this lot out when we were fortunate enough to find one. So Rex said, let's go out and do some aerial photography. And in this video, you will see not only us standing there on the lot, which has nothing on it, but you'll see my neighbor's lot where the house is just about finished. They're working on the pool. They're backfilling. And then you'll see the unbelievable aerial views by a drone and he has to operate it. He has a mask on, not one of those, pain masks, but he actually controls it, right?
Yeah.
And he sees what's going on in his mask and then has a little controller. And it's not one of the ones where you say, come back home or hit home and it comes back to you. He's got to control it on the way up, all over the place, and then bring it back down. Let's go to the tape, though, because I love this kind of stuff. Not because it's just our property, but I love any kind of drone video. You know what I'm saying, Robin? So let's go to the tape. Are we ready to play it?
Yep. Hold on. I'm going to
make it bigger, Robin. Make it real big.
Okay, so I'm gonna start playing.
And that's the back of his Tesla. It looks like we're under a tent.
It does.
But that's the back of the back of the Tesla. And there we are on the lot, and there's the canal there. They call that one. What is that called there? The river? It's called the lake.
The
Naco Lake.
Naco Lake.
Now look how wide it is there. And it's the width here that matters. Now there's our lot. That's where we're standing. And it's coming right at us. And then it turns around. And there's our neighbor's house. There's my trailer for the boat. And then look, up in the sky, soaring over southwest Florida. How far back does it go? It goes back. And then it empties out, and there's the Gulf of Mexico. Now he's coming around, swinging around toward the canal there. You see it's narrower there, and then it widens up where our property is. And then he's going down and checking it all out, spinning it around, slapping it up and flipping it, and getting it done. And then there's a couple.
We saw something.
Yeah, there's a red thing, but it was 2 Mylar balloons that were down. They must have had a party or something. We should have picked them up. You know what I'm saying?
But you can see, there's so many canals back there that we're going to be able to kayak in.
Yeah, we got to get the kayak, go back there, go exploring, and then you'll see the Bokeelia Island is way out there on the other side. And the good thing about that, they can never build.
No, that's Matlacha Preserve.
Yes.
That's an aquatic preserve. It's a...
And there's animals and wild hogs and crap out there. You know what I'm saying?
Well, we heard what sounded like, not this time, but the last time we were out there, we heard what sounded like squealing, like hogs squealing. And I didn't realize that there was actually land there. I thought it was just all marshy water. But it's not. There is enough space for
big boats, sailboats go through there.
No,
and the waterway. I mean, that goes all the way down to Pine Island Road, and you can see all the boats and the boat slips and all the little ins and outs around that area, and that's why we love it.
That's correct, Kevin Stone. There ain't no gators in that salt water.
No, because that's salt water.
That is salt water.
No gators. See, if you jump into that water, say there's a lot of jet skis and people goes water skiing back there. So, I mean, you fall in, you're not going to get eaten by gators.
No. And that's deep water right there.
Yep.
Because it's called the quote-unquote spreader canal. Our next-door neighbors, one of our neighbors actually has a sailboat. It's sailboat access. So.
Yeah, it's deep water.
It's
a lot of
pretty
nice boats coming in and out. There it is, Robin. That's our lot right there. See it?
See where we're sitting in the car right there.
Yep. Look at that baby. Watch that baby. And that's on the other side, and there's some more houses being built everywhere. It's a blowing up area. And by the way, this one woman on Twitter
Yeah, there are
who
bull
claims,
sharks.
who claims to be a journalist wrote something today. People are leaving Florida. And I'm starting to I'm going to take pictures of all the new buildings that are going up, all the apartment complexes, all the new development going on down here. People ain't leaving Florida, honey. And by the way, don't come. Don't come to Florida if you don't want to. But don't tell people are leaving Florida. It's ridiculous. Do people leave? Of course they do. But guess what? More people come to Florida. So don't tell people that people are leaving Florida. They're not. Why would they? Now, it's hot in the summer and there's hurricanes. But then again, you don't have any snow. They're building more apartment complexes because seniors who sell their homes in different parts of the country and all over the world come down here, and they don't want a house. They don't need a house on the water. They don't need a big house. We're not going to have a big house, but I want to be on the water. That's all I want. I don't ask for much, Robin. I don't ask for much. You know what I'm saying?
I know. Oh, we're so ready.
I'm ready now.
We'll invite everybody.
Yes, we will.
We'll have the biggest housewarming party.
Yeah, where the
ever.
party at, indeed. Indeed.
Anybody that wants it is beautiful country out here. So all right. Well, people that are listening on the radio cannot see this.
I'm not jumping in that water. But if I'm out there on a jet ski or if I'm out on a kayak going through and I fall in the water, I'm not going to be, oh, my God, I got to get out of here. Because it's not dangerous.
Yeah, actually, this is one more shot before I turn it off. You should be able to see.
It's like soaring over Southwest Florida, soaring over.
See in the distance over there, that is actually the Gulf. And then to the left, he just turned around. But you could see the tip of Pine Island. Which
just
is
for a second, yeah.
Bokeelia.
Mm-hmm.
Kevin Stone, can I get an invite? Yeah, I mean, I'm telling you, like, once this freaking house is built, we are going to invite everybody.
Yeah, again, it's not a mansion.
No.
It's a nice lot, and it's a great area, and water.
Look how beautiful that is.
Where the party at?
The party is going to be at the Bruno, Casa Bruno.
Damn right, baby. You're damn right. Anyway, enough of that. That was fun.
That was fun.
And we
thank you, Rex, for...
Yeah, Rex did a great job because we don't have any aerials. You know, if you pay somebody to come out, say, hey, I need some aerial footage. So I don't know. I mean, that's priceless, is it not?
Yes, it
because
is.
I've never seen that view. Now, you can do Google Earth or Google Sky View, but that stuff is done in advance. It's not fresh. It's not live. It's not happening right there. You know, you look in your neighborhood on Google Earth and you scan down and see your neighborhood. You know, you'll see, well, that car's not there or that boat's not there because they have to update it from satellites, right? Isn't that where they do it? Where do they get Google Skycam?
I think it's from satellites.
Yeah. By the way, there was a great
no, we do not own all that.
No, we only have that one little lot where we're standing. We only have the lot,
but that's what we look out over on the other side of the lake. Canal is all that stuff. So
exactly. Anyway.
Anywho.
Enough about that. Enough about us. What do you want to know about us?
Now, we should have open question, except you have to call in if you do that. Let's go to probably the best answer of what did I do with my Jeopardy winnings ever.
So this guy he was a champion, and they brought him back again?
Correct.
And so he can play again? Why don't you win Jeopardy? Why should you go back? I guess they have the Tournament of Champions. And they bring the people back.
Right.
And this guy won a lot of money. Do we know how much he won?
I don't. They don't even say who it is for me to be able to look up. Mm-hmm. But you can clear Ken Jennings. Ken Jennings is the stupid guy.
Yeah, I hate Ken Jennings.
I don't like him either.
I would take him out back behind the barn, and I'd kick the shit out of him.
Nah, it's not worth it.
No, I'm quoting these
I know.
presidential candidates who talk about taking each other out.
It wasn't funny when he said it.
It's not funny when anybody. Also,
okay.
if I took Ken Jennings out behind a bar, I know I can kick his ass, Robin. I'd stroll right up to him, and then I'd cold cock him and then low bridge him.
But let's listen. Let's listen. And I think that there's a lot of people that would do the same thing that this guy did.
Exactly.
Jake D'Aruda, originally from Ludlow, Vermont, is a routing assistant. What did you do with your winnings, Jake? You had quite a streak.
So I was 23 when my games aired last year, so I did what anybody under the age of 25 would do, and I promptly spent the check on sports gambling and women and alcohol. And by that, of course, I spent $20 on a college football pick'em that went horribly wrong, $20 to take my date and I to the top of the Gillette Stadium Lighthouse, and several 4-packs of hard cider to get through the awful Patriot season that I endured.
Now that's what I'm talking. It sounds like what Pete Sheppard would do if he would win on Jeopardy. Or any of us would do if he won money on Jeopardy.
I spent it on
I want to hear that whole list again.
And women.
I want to hear that list again. Because that guy could be my new idol.
One more time.
Jake D'Aruda, originally from Ludlow.
Okay, Jake D'Aruda.
Originally from where? I think he's from
Vermont.
Vermont.
Ludlow, Vermont.
Ludlow, Vermont.
All
That's
right.
up where John LeClaire and our good friend AJ in San Antonio went to college.
Oh.
Up there in Vermont.
I did not
Yes,
know
you
that.
did. You knew that.
Okay. Well, here he is saying what he did.
Routing assistant. What did you do with your winnings, Jake? You had quite a streak.
So I was 23 when my games aired last year, so I did what anybody under the age of 25 would do, and I promptly spent the check on sports gambling and women and alcohol. And by
Sports gambling,
Sports,
women,
let me write this down. Gambling.
Sports gambling, women, and alcohol.
Not in that particular order?
Not in that particular order. Hey,
You got to start with the alcohol first. Then you get a woman, and then you bet on sports, and then she's impressed. And if you hit a parlay, so with that, did he win?
No, he didn't.
So
He
that's
lost.
why I want to hear it. I want to show you that why he had it all mixed up.
No, first of all, I want, before it passes us by, because there's tons of people on here, says Frank Marotti Jr. saying, which chat do you pay attention to, Tony? This is Frank from San Jose. I used to call you back in the day about all the time.
Absolutely, Frank.
Frank, you can call in now.
From San Jose. Hello.
Yes, you can call in.
Original Joe's. Hello.
You can call in at 352-234-8669. That's 352-234-TONY.
Exactly. And we love San Jose.
Mm-hmm.
We love the Shark Tank. We love the Original Joe's, the Glass House. It's a great place, San Jose. What up, yo? No, that's the other San Jose.
Michael Estropia just said, I just downloaded the TBSN app. Can I get a Raiders Coliseum chant, Tony?
Well, we the Raiders will be back. The Raiders will be back. The greatness of the Raiders. I think I have that Al Davis stuff in here. You know, when we were at the Super Bowl, the former voice of the Raiders, and now the voice of the 49ers, Greg Papa, who used to say, touchdown Raiders. And now he's doing the 49ers. So that's got to be weird for him. We talked to him for like a half an hour when we were at the Super Bowl in Vegas, and the Niners were there. And one of my favorite guys and a great broadcaster, Greg Papa, out there in San Francisco Bay Area. You know what I mean? First you get the money, then you get the power, then you get the women. No, when you win Jeopardy, you start off, you get the money, and he said, the order is, he said sports gambling. No, you get the alcohol first. Because the alcohol is not going to go bad.
No.
So you get the alcohol.
You have to get the money first. Because
that's what I said. He gets the money first.
Yeah.
That's why that's what he's talking about, what he's doing with his money.
Yes.
Try to follow along here.
Okay.
You get the alcohol first.
Mm-hmm.
Then you go into a sports book. And there's usually hot chicks hanging around because they're probably at the craps table or trying to hit on some guy who they think has a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
And then you look like you have a lot of money because this guy apparently did win. And then you say, hey, by the way, baby, you know who I am? I won Jeopardy. I won a lot of money on Jeopardy. I'm the kind of guy you need to be around. What say we have a drink and go into the casino here in the sports book and watch me bang a 7-way parlay. And then if I do well, you can watch me bang a 3-way later on in the casino and in the hotel room. That's the order.
Except the problem is he lost the parlay.
Wait a minute. No, that's what I'm saying. Alcohol, woman, and gambling. And then what happens when you do all three of those things? That's why I want to hear how the guy turned out.
Okay, here we go.
I made the story more exciting.
All right. Okay.
By that, of course, I spent $20 on a college football pick'em that went horribly wrong. $20 to take my date and I to the top of the Gillette Stadium Lighthouse, and several 4-packs of hard cider to get through the awful Patriot season that I endured.
There you go.
Jake D'Arruda.
He made a lot of mistakes, Robin.
He did. He did. Well, first of all, he's a Patriots fan.
Well, he said that he suffered. Who suffered more this last year than the Patriots? You know, many of us don't remember. Well, I remember the last time the Patriots sucked way back in the day. But, you know, most Patriot fans have lived the good life. I mean, the run that they were on with Tom Brady and Belichick, you know, most fans would give anything to have that kind of a diamond. I mean, Cowboy fans used to have that, but most of them aren't old enough to remember 30 years ago in 1996 when they won their Super Bowl, Robin. Most 49er fans aren't old enough to remember 1995 when they last won their Super Bowl, Robin.
Now, Tony, we have tons of text messages that I haven't gotten to.
Let's get to the text, Robin.
First of all, we have a Matt Reese saying, Matt Reese saying, I listen from famous Delco.
Delco, baby.
Somebody from the 484 saying, give Tony one of those, Robin. I'm assuming it's Tony's horrible stroll walk that did not look like a stroll.
It was a stroll. It's the exact same thing that was done in the movie. That's called a stroll. When you're bad, when you grow up in the city, in the hood, like I did. I didn't grow up in some rich white neighborhood. I grew up in a mixed-race neighborhood. I was growing up with the brothers. I was growing up with the Puerto Ricans. And so you had to know how to stroll.
Now, this is the same person saying that they were at that game last year. And
the hot dog throwing?
I gave my sons the look at that game last year. They knew not to throw a hot dog, but we laughed hard.
Because when you buy 6 hot dogs and you only spend $6, you then you just do stupid stuff. Because you know you can't eat 6 hot dogs. So why do you do that? Why do you buy 6 hot dogs and then have enough left over to throw on the field?
Yeah, I know.
That means they sold too many to too many people. They didn't do it right. 2 dogs at a time. They don't let you buy more than 2 beers at a time, right? They don't. So if you're going to say to people, I'm not going to let you buy more than 2 beers at a time, why would you let people buy 10 hot dogs at a time?
Yeah, that's wrong.
That's stupid.
I know. I think
John Weber should have
4.
called me, and I could have helped him with this.
4 should be the max.
Exactly. 4 is always the max. How many?
4. Coach Paul in Bethlehem saying, come on, Tony, what's wrong with Greece? And Tony, stay away from the computer. Let Robin do it.
She does her thing. I do mine. I got my sounds here. But when I want to play a video from my computer, it's a pain in the ass because if you're playing something from YouTube, you have to pull it up, and then you have to watch the commercial or skip past it. And that's why ESPN.com drives me because I want to see a 10-second clip on ESPN that they put on their front page. Stephen A. Smith, impressed by LeBron. And here's the thing. I love Stephen A. Smith. I've known him forever. But every time I go into ESPN.com, do I have to see what Stephen A. Smith's reaction is to everything that happens in sports the night before? Listen, I know they're paying him a ton of money. Stephen A., impressed by LeBron James. No shit. They came back from a 21-point deficit. So I know when you pay a person a lot of money, you don't have to put Stephen A. on every single topic of everything that happened in sports the night before. Just put the stories up, put the reaction in the video, and let us watch it. Do you care what I think about everything in sports? Well, you do if you listen to the show, but I'm not forcing it down your throat. And you don't have to watch a commercial to hear my brilliant observations on sports. Even if you disagree with my brilliant observations on sports or anything else.
You just have to put up with me every now and then.
Yeah, and then if I can keep Robin under control, this show would flow a lot better.
Jason Padua says, I love Tony B.
You know why? Because his last name.
Padua.
You know who's from Padua, right?
Yes.
Sant'Antonio.
Yes.
St. Anthony of Padua, which is in Italy, by the way, if you didn't know. I got to do a pilgrimage to Italy one year and go to Padua and pay homage to Sant'Antonio de Padua.
Now,
and the only reason I am named Anthony Joseph Bruno is because I was born on June 13th, St. Anthony's feast day. And that's how religious my mom was. She said, I could have named that boy anything. Orlando, Giuseppe, Pasquale, Vincenzo.
Orlando would have made sense since that was your dad's name.
Exactly. But Orlando wasn't a cool name back then.
No.
In the 50s, now it became cool. Orlando Bloom. Now there's a lot of Orlandos. I think it's a great name, And I think they named Disneyland after my father as well because of his greatness and military service on the, diving and jumping out of airplanes so that the Nazis would get wiped out. And then tell me about immigrants, all right? Get out of here with that crazy shit.
Dean is asking us to hold off on the drone video. Sorry, Dean.
We already sold it.
Because he's out running 3 miles and he won't be able to watch it for 25 minutes. Don't worry. I can show it to you again sometime. Luigi said, the way to say it is, I spent it on hookers and booze, and then I just sort of blew the rest.
Yeah, I mean, the first part was cool. He said sports, gambling, alcohol, and women. And then he became a dork. And then he lost all of his street cred right away. When he said, and then I got a $20 parlay, and then my girlfriend, I took her up to the lighthouse up at the Gillette Stadium, and then I bought all these stupid hard cider crap drinks, and wasted it on the Patriots and suffered all year. That guy should have been immediately thrown off the stage along with the host of the show. So while that clip initially sounded like it was going to be some really badass dude talking some Maine stroll type stuff, the guy turns out to be a wimp after all, just like that strapper Ken Jennings. Sorry, bro.
Now, here's somebody up in PA saying, hey, Tony.
Yes.
Who's going to win the NBA championship this year?
No, not the Sixers. The Sixers will not win the NBA championship. And if they do, I will walk from Cape Coral, Florida, all the way across Alligator Alley, all the way to Fort Lickerdale. That's what I'm willing to do, Robin.
Wow.
I did that bet with a Syracuse thing once, and they wouldn't let me do it. Nobody's going to stop me. If the 76ers win the end, mark the tape, Robin. And you know how you don't forget this date?
Well, because it's
it's February 29th.
It's leap day.
Leap day. It's not going to happen for another 4 years. So this will be easy even for you to remember. Mm-hmm. When I said and answered a question from Sant'Antonio de Padua that the 76ers.
No, that was actually from somebody up from 267 area code. Whoops.
That's the Philly area, Robin.
I know.
Philly
Tony,
doesn't just have 215 and 610. It has 267.
Who is winning the NBA championship?
Now, who asked that question?
Somebody from a 267 area code.
Oh, so we don't know the name.
I don't
okay.
know the name.
I said it. Let me repeat it again. Mark the tape, Robin. If the 76ers win the NBA championship this fall, spring, whenever the season's over, in midsummer, when I'll be out on the boat not giving a shit, I will walk from Cape Coral over the Cape Coral Bridge and then all the way down to I-75 and then go straight across. First of all, I got to go all the way down 75, down to Naples area.
That's a long-ass walk, Tony.
And then go right across I-75 all the way through Alligator Alley. And then once I get to the Miccosukee Indian Reservation, I will stop and get a beverage. And then I will continue to walk through.
Would you like to know how many miles that is?
How many miles, Robin? I would walk 5. Okay, how many miles?
139.9 miles.
Shit, that's easy. I can do that in 2 days. I could borrow one of Rex's electric bikes and do it.
Yeah.
In a day, probably. Yeah. Maybe 2 days. You know what I mean?
JP in Harleysville is saying, hey, Tony, Are you sure you're not talking about jive walking?
No, jive walking was from the Bee Gees. Wasn't that a song? Jive walking. No, it was jive dancing, wasn't it? What was the Bee Gees song? Was it jive walking?
Jive.
Come on, Robin.
Walking.
I think
jive walking is Bee Gees.
Yeah, it's Bee Gees. Jive walking is not. Let me see. Do they jive walk in their song? Let me play a little bit here now, Robin.
Whoops.
Here it comes.
Is rowing with hydro the best?
Oh my God, Tony!
Are you playing it, Robin?
Yes.
No, then play it. Play it.
You can't do it.
Play it. I want to see the video though.
I can play it.
Jive walking. It's jive talking. It's jive talking, Robin. I speak jive.
They don't do any jive walking.
It's jive talking.
I know.
And you know where jive talking became really, really world renowned, Robin?
What's that?
In the movie Airplane. when Mrs. Ozzie and Harriet's wife, Ozzie, and the two brothers are talking on the plane, remember?
Mm-hmm.
And the guy says, knock yourself a pro, slick like Gray Matter down, TCB. And then the stewardess, the flight attendant, did not know. And then she says, excuse me, I speak jive. And then she comes up and does that great riff. You got to find that scene, Robin.
Tony, this is, I believe, what you are talking about. This is the very beginning, the opening of Saturday Night Fever. And in the beginning...
That they strolled?
He is strolling.
Let me see. Was it Vinnie Barbarino?
This is what you are thinking of. I know.
They did it in West Side Story, too. That's what all gangsters did back in the day.
Hold on a second. Let me skip forward to where he's actually walking. Here we go. See?
Yeah,
look at that.
That's a stroll. You're right.
That's a stroll.
There it is. That's a stroll. See, what's that? Is it one arm not moving? Is he just walking straight like a stiff dude?
No, I didn't say that, but he's not doing this weird, like,
But
roll
you don't
thing.
have to pump the arm. The arm is going up and back. See it? It's got to have a little sway to it. And on the downstroke, you got to pump it a little bit. And if you want to really enhance the stroll, see, look, he's pushing it harder. He's pumping it harder. That's the stroll, goddammit.
I knew what it was. I was just trying to figure out what you were doing.
I was doing the stroll. What's the matter with you?
Oh, who's calling me?
I don't know. Is it your mother?
No, it is my son.
Doesn't he know we're on the air? Nobody in your family knows we're on the air.
I don't know.
Even Rex knows we're on the air. Jesus, Robin. We're trying to do a professional worldwide broadcast here. Unbelievable, man. See what I have to deal with every day?
More text messages?
Yeah, let's go to the text line, Robin.
Somebody asking whether you are still Mr. Monday Night.
Absolutely. You never lose that title. Come on, man.
I don't know.
I haven't been really consistent with Mr. Monday Night. I've not been releasing the locks.
And Mr.
And I
Monday.
should. I'll have to bring him back this fall because people tried to get me into fantasy, and I tried it for a couple of weeks and then realized fantasy sucks, and I never want to have anything to do with it, even the single day, the weekly, the monthly. Fantasy sports suck. But you can go, I'm just giving you my opinion. I'm not telling you not to play it. I'm not telling you what to do, and I never do. I just give my opinions. You don't have to agree with everything.
I'm so glad that our listeners are keeping me on my toes. Wayne Atkins is saying, hey, Robin, you blew through the break, damn it.
Yes, she did.
So
it's all right.
We are going to go to the break really quick and come right back.
Damn it, Robin. Oh. I don't want no scrubs. Nope. I don't want no scrubs.
What? No scrub. It was meant to be. Tony Bruno on the Tony Bruno Sports Network.
Bud Light presents Real Men of Genius.
Real men of genius.
Today we salute you, Mr. Professional Figure Skater.
Mr. Professional Figure Skater.
While lesser men strapped on skates and played hockey, you don skin-tight leotards and a teeny cowboy hat and learn figure eights.
Going round and round.
You practiced and practiced, hoping, knowing, someday you'd be good enough to wear a giant puppet costume and skate in an ice show.
Welcome to the big time.
Skate perfectly and you're a crowd pleaser. Mess up and fall on your butt, and you're still a crowd pleaser. So crack open an ice-cold Bud Light, oh titan of the tights. You may never wear a medal, but sequins are shiny too.
Mr. Professional Figure Skater.
Bud Light Beer, Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri.
Now back to the biggest sports network on the planet, the Tony Bruno Sports Network.
So just let me hold you close to me, 'cause I've been dying for you, girl, to make love to me. Girl, you make me feel.
Robin, I got to tell you, this could be the greatest music week of all time on this program or any other program. Finally, she gets it. She gets it, ladies and gentlemen. So I don't want people to think that all I do is rip you, Robin. When you do good work, when anybody does good work, even when I do good work, we must acknowledge it. It's all about positive vibes. Positive vibes. You know what I mean? Meanwhile, what were we going to do when we came back, Robin?
I'm not sure, Tony Bruno.
Well, you said there was a lots of texts and stuff, right?
Oh, yeah, texts are coming in. Oh, somebody from 267 is saying, is LeBron on the juice?
No. Come on.
No.
No.
What the Fauci saying, yep, this episode is going right into the Broadcasting Hall of Fame.
Oh, yeah. This is going into the Freeform Hall of Fame, no doubt about it. And yet I'm still waiting for my Hall of Fame into the Broadcasters Hall of Fame, into the Philadelphia Sports Hall of Fame. I'm not in any halls of fame, Robin. No, I've shamed in many halls before. But, the great Pete Sheppard had his partner in Boston for many, many years. Glenn Ordway on his show today. And Glenn Ordway was just put into the Boston Sports, I don't know if it's Massachusetts, I guess the Massachusetts Sports Hall of Fame. Obviously, most of the work in the Boston market. Not Boston market where I think the White House press secretary will be working on her next job. The Boston radio TV market as a great Hall of Fame broadcaster.
Jason Padua asking on Facebook, Mr. Bruno, please tell me you still love all the Philly sports and did not convert to any other
Hell
city.
no. I haven't transitioned to any sports team, any other sex, any other gender, any other anything you can transition into. Well, I can, sometimes I can go black. I mean, in the summertime, I would probably, if I were arrested.
That's not the only other ethnicity.
No, but I'm saying, now you're seeing a lot of these people who are getting arrested and on their and on their rap sheet, they're identified as white.
Yeah.
I don't
that's
get
an
that.
Interesting one.
I don't get that either. But I guarantee you, in the summer, when I'm out in the sun and I'm not laying out and tanning, I could be identified as black. I could be a black white guy.
That's true. If you were arrested, though, you would still be white.
I don't know, Robin. How about if I see now tomorrow there won't be Black History Month anymore. So what am I going to do tomorrow?
I don't know. Play Action Reel checking in, singing along with us, hanging out at the passenger side of his best.
Yeah, that was I don't want no scrubs. And who does want scrubs? Seriously. Except nurses and shit, you know what I mean? And orderlies. Do we still have orderlies in hospitals, Robin?
Mm-hmm.
Are they called orderlies?
I think so.
Why are they called orderlies?
Thank you, Play Action Reel, saying that my hair looks nice.
What is this? Are you hitting on Miss Robin during the show, bro?
Hey.
Let's try to keep it professional here, man.
I'll take whatever I can get. Big Dog X says, wow, I haven't heard What the Fauci name in a good minute. I love all of our fans.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the fact that they are so incredibly loyal and have found, and they keep finding you. More and more people keep finding. By the way, that is a really good time to thank everybody for finding you. One, and two, please share the show. Make sure that you subscribe, like, whatever it is that whatever app you're on is allowing you to do. And do that, and then share the show so that other people can find Tony as well.
Exactly, and it's better to be found than lost.
Yes,
even though they do have lost and found.
Now it looks like Dean has finished his 3-mile run and is back.
Did he time himself?
I don't know. Let's see here. Dean, are you done with your run?
Yes. Now I'm walking it off.
I mean, you're doing other things. What else are you offing?
I was actually taking a sip of water.
I'll take one too with you right there, bro.
Hydrate, baby.
Play action reel saying, we will always find you. Well, that sounded creepy.
Yeah, it was creepy, yeah. Real creepy.
I'm running a 10K over the Skyway Bridge Sunday.
Oh, man. But don't jump just because the Red Sox suck. I mean, the Bruins are playing well. The Boston Celtics are good. Did you? Now Dean keeps sending because Dean. I got to give him credit, because we're very handy around the house when we would do projects. We rebuilt our kitchens and worked in basements. And every time and we get more views on our social media videos when we're doing like home improvement stuff or cooking stuff than we do on the sports stuff. Because the sports shit you can get anywhere, except our content, of course, because it's special on this show. But Dean, you're doing a good job. I told you can bust that old cast iron stinking tub out of that, and you sent me a video. You just busted that thing up, right?
Yeah, no, I was gonna. I seen one video where somebody was like buying some diamond blades for a Sawzall.
Yep.
And they were cutting it, but it said it took like 4 hours. And then I was telling you about it. You said, "No, man, you just get yourself a sledgehammer and bust that son of a bitch up."
Wait, are you outside in the wind, man? Where the hell are you?
I told you, I just got done running 3 miles. I'm walking some off now, bro. I got 6 miles to do on freaking Sunday. I got to keep this heart rate up.
You said you were done, and now you're still out there, and I can't hear shit, man.
All right. Well, anyway, yes, the instruction's going along fine. It's been a pain in the ass because it's an older house and
yeah, they're the worst kind because nothing straight. Yeah, nothing straight. The walls aren't straight.
Yeah, it's a concrete building. I mean. It just was, they put, back in the day, they did plaster in the wiring and shit. And It's been brutal, but I mean, I'm taking it one day at a time. I'll get there. But I did show you the shower. It turned out pretty sweet.
Yeah, and a lot of people are doing that now. And I know you, as almost a senior citizen, want to realize that, as you get older, unless you get by one of those walk-in tubs, with a door on it, what real old people do.
It's dangerous, man, at our age.
It is. So we have a shower. Robin's pissed off because we have a bathtub in one of our bathrooms, but we put the cat boxes in there.
Yeah.
And then we have a shower in our master bathroom. And I will still call it a master bathroom because if the movie Master and Commander is still allowed to be out there, why can't I call my bathroom the master bathroom? Because I'm the master of this domain, domicile. You know what I'm saying?
I hear you, brother. Listen. I heard you talk about Glen Ordway.
Yeah, it's Ordway. There's no A in it.
Tony, can you? Whatever. Whoever.
It's Ordway. Come on, man. What kind of Bostonian are you?
I know who he is. He's from Boston. I know who he is. I'm just busting his chops.
All right.
So he made it to the Boston Sports Radio Hall of Fame, whatever.
Yes.
Can you answer me a question?
Yes.
How were you not in the whole National Radio Hall of Fame? That's fucking beyond ridiculous. Excuse my language. That's ridiculous. As long as you've been radio and everything that you've done in radio, for you not to be there is the biggest freaking crime in American history. And I want everybody. Listen, voting is right now.
Is there voting? You can vote for the Radio Hall. You can vote for the Radio Hall of Fame.
Tony, go to RadioHallOfFame.com.
You know who runs the Radio Hall of Fame? Wait do you hear this? Yeah. You know who runs the Radio Hall of Fame? My former boss.
Yes.
Did you know that, Robin?
Tony, everybody who's listening, go there and put Tony's name in. And
now, can I have people vote like 50 times like we used to do with remember when we used to get the cards, the punch-out cards?
Baseball?
The baseball, not Hall of Fame, but like All-Star Game. And you'd get your little pencil.
All-Star games, yeah.
And you punch out the little ones where your favorite players were. We should bring that back, man. I think we should do it. I'm not one to...
They would have stacks of them at the baseball field.
You're damn right,
take
man.
Them all,
yeah.
And just sit in your seat and just punch them. All Red Sox players or all Philly players and nobody else.
So, apparently RadioHallOfFame.com. Right on the front, you just click on the thing.
I want everybody to go in and pack the ballot boxes. I want to see
the ballots,
I
boys.
want to go right to the Hall of Fame, and I want to put a drop box right in front of it. And then on the night before, I'm going to bring in baskets and wheelbarrows full of ballots and put that in, and then all of a sudden.
All kidding aside, though, you really should be on there.
Well, I'm not going to say that I belong in any Hall of Fame.
Robin, 100%. Tony, come on. You think about what you've done at ESPN and just continued on to today. I cannot think of anybody who's done it longer or better. There's just it's a fact. I mean, I know you're a buddy of mine, but goddamn, I mean, Tony, I wouldn't listen to you if you weren't any good. I mean, you've been just. Like you say, you have conversations with people. It's not an interview, It's pretty awesome.
Well, listen, if anything like that ever happened, I'd be honored. I mean, I'm not a guy who looks for, I should be in this I'm not in any Philly. Well, I am in my.
No, you're not, but
I'm
I
in the
am.
St. John Newman Hall of Fame. I know that, and even Temple University acknowledges me on their webpage as one of its esteemed student athletes.
One of their own. Absolutely.
Exactly right.
So anyway, guys, anybody out there listening, please go to Hall of Fame, RadioHallOfFame.com, pass the word around, and get freaking Tony Bruno where he rightfully belongs.
Thank you, Dean. Thank you very much. And
Anyway,
and
all
if
right,
I
guys,
can get into
later.
the Radio Hall of Fame, then I will start a campaign to run as the independent candidate for President of the United States of America. I'm going to go all the way to North Dakota. I'm going to South Dakota. Then I'm going to come down to Florida. Then I'm going to go to Washington. And then I'm going to go to Montana. And then I'm going to go all the way to the White House. And you know what I'm going to say when I get there?
Yeah!
Who the hell cares?
That's what I'm going to say, what they say up in Boston. Oh, my God, who the hell cares? So when is the balloting here? I'm looking through it on now.
March 31st is the deadline. Jason Padua
It's
looked
the
it up
deadline.
really good. Yeah.
So you got to get my name in there by
March 31st.
March 30th.
Yeah.
March 30th. You got a whole month to load this sumbitch up, Tone.
I think
Let's
we
get
should
the
have
word out on
March.
Twitter, Facebook.
March, we had Black History Month. I'm going to declare March Tony Bruno Hall of Fame month. Every single day,
There you
I want
go.
people to go out and knock on their neighbors' doors. I want you to get bullhorns and go stand out on the corners, protest. Where is the Radio Hall of Fame anyway? Where's the actual headquarters? Do we know?
I don't know.
Is it in
That's a good
Hollywood?
question.
Where is it, Robin?
No, shoot. I just seen it the
Museum
other
of
day.
Broadcast Communications. Is that the same place?
Yes.
Okay. That,
St. Louis, is it? No.
No, that's where Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri.
It is Chicago.
In Chicago?
Chicago, yeah.
Is it Chicago? Love Chicago.
There you go. Get Jeremy Roenick. He could play for the Blackhawks. Get him to start getting the word out in the Windy City.
He doesn't live in Chicago. He lives in Arizona.
I
got Mike North. I got Mike North. I can have him stop for me out there. I can get
Tony, you have somebody in every state. Come on, think about it. You got somebody in every state that could just get the word out for us.
Well, will you be my what do you call it? What do they call it, Rob?
Campaign manager?
Campaign manager, yes. What's it going to take me to get you on full time, to give up everything you're doing, never call a sports show again the entire month of March, unless you get an update and the balloting? Now, can you see the balloting as they go in, or do we have to wait? We should have a call-in, sort of like, the American Idol. We should have a special phone number where it then
There
automatically
you go.
goes
1-800
right.
Tony vote.
Yeah, and then you go and you vote, and then we send all the ballots in. You know how many members there are of the Radio Hall of Fame right now, Robin?
No.
302.
Damn.
And Tony's not one of them. Are you kidding me? Come on, give me a freaking break. 302 personalities in the history of radio, and you're not one of the best ones ever? Give me a break. You talk about a farce, and I know, and that's not you speaking. That's me speaking.
Well,
but
thank you.
anyway, Robin, listen. If
You're going to make me cry now.
win the
You're gonna make me
championship,
cry.
Robin, if the Sixers win the championship,
Yeah.
you might want to get some paper signed that all the material, property, cash, bank go to you, because that sumbitch ain't walking 139 miles.
What are you talking about, man? I can walk 132 miles. I don't have to do it in one day.
You can't even ride a bike 130 miles.
Bullshit. How dare you? I've just fired you from my campaign. I'm putting Rona McDaniel in now. That fat
Damn,
slob,
that was
Rona
fast.
McDaniel, who destroyed the entire Republican Party because she spent all the damn money on herself getting Botox and all the other crap that these bimbos and
Damn,
dopes do. When they get other people's money, they just spend it on themselves.
My career just lasted long as Brian Bosworth. Wow. Anyway, guys, listen, you guys have a good night. I'll talk to you later.
Thank you, Dean.
Bye,
There he
Dean.
is, ladies and gentlemen, my campaign manager. He's a great one. I may have to do him as JFK because he's from Boston.
Now, Prince Onaj saying that caller's right. Even in 2024, you're not going to find many folks better on the mic than Tony in radio or podcasting. You're still the reason I play Madden 2005.
And for that reason, ladies and gentlemen, I'm asking you right now to drop what you're doing, because I'm about to ruin the image and the style that you're used to. I once got busy in a Burger King bathroom. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. And don't forget, vote early. and vote often. And if you have deceased members of the family, like we do in Pennsylvania and in Philadelphia in particular, make sure every dead member of your family will vote for Tony Bruno for the Hall of Fame as well. Thank you very much, and God bless America. Come on, Robin, this is pretty good stuff here. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, I
What
agree.
are you
with
typing away at? Are you making a
I'm
balance?
I'm already filling your ballot.
Oh, you're filling my filling my ballot.
I am. I'm doing it right now on the air.
And by the way, Howard Stern, one of the most highly rated and visible figures in radio history since the 80s, has been vocally critical of the National Radio Hall of Fame. He has regularly made it a focus of his jokes, lampooning the fact that the entire nomination and selection process appeared to be controlled by Bruce Dumont, the sole authority appointing the panel for the selection process. Stern has stated that he would reject any offer to join the National Radio Hall of Fame, and further said, there is no Radio Hall of Fame. It's just a guy in his basement giving out awards. His name is Bruce Dumont, and he has nothing to do with radio other than the fact that he and his family made radios years ago. Well, Bruce Dumont ran the Emerson Radio Company. Remember Emerson Radio?
Mm-hmm,
And there was Emerson University. And you know what's great about Emerson University? You would walk up to a woman and say, hey, did you go to Emerson University? And she said, why? I said, because Emerson big boobs you got there, baby. Emerson great boobs you got there.
Is that what they really? Is that a joke that they really?
That's
made?
a joke if I was able to do it. But on June
you
28th,
suck at
on June 28th of 2012, Robert
Emerson Biggins.
Emerson big boobs you got there,
Emerson Biggins, babe.
Babe. Anyway, on June 28th of 2012, Robert Feeder, who was a great columnist in Chicago, media columnist, reported that the most conspicuous and embarrassing omission to the Radio Hall of Fame finally will be corrected when Howard Stern is inducted. Was he inducted? I don't know.
I don't know.
Let me see. I'm looking at the list.
If you're super critical of something, though, they should not give you the honor of being inducted.
No, but I mean, you're going to have an opinion on it. Did they induct him, though? That's the question. Let me see. It's alphabetical. Let's see. S. Yeah, he's in there. He's in there. Of course he is. John Tesh is in there, too. Did you know that?
He should be.
Yes, he should. All the people that are in there should be in there. Wolfman Jack. Wendy Williams is in there, too. And now, unfortunately, she's going through all these terrible situations with her health. Dick Clark's in there. Howie Carr up there in Boston.
Jason Padua is saying, I'm sharing this on the Eagles Facebook page. Well, thank you, Jason.
Thank you.
It would be awesome. I don't know what their, the requirements should be.
I don't know what the requirements are.
You should totally, the requirements, if
there's a lot of people that have been in the media for 50 years that they're not automatically, they don't deserve to be in any Hall of Fame.
This is how it says. The Radio Hall of Fame's nominating committee selects a group of radio personalities and programs for nominations each year. The committee accepts and takes into consideration the suggestions from members of the radio industry and from listeners nationwide. Nominees are then voted upon by approximately 1,000 members of the radio industry for induction into the Radio Hall of Fame. If you have an individual or program that you'd like to have the nominating committee consider for nomination, please use the form below.
Is it a program or individual?
It's either a program or individual.
Or either.
Either or there.
You say tomato, I say tomato. You know what I mean?
And this is, thanks to Jason, I will repost this. This is the website. If you would if you'd like to nominate Tony, it is www.radiohalloffame.com/nominate.
Are there cash and prizes for being in the Radio Hall of Fame?
I don't know. Pretty cool, though.
Yeah, but thank you, Dean. You don't really have to do that. But if you want to, I mean, you know, if you get some girding in your loins thinking about this possibility. Because I still have a tuxedo, and it hasn't been used in a while, Robin.
That's true.
You realize that?
Big Dog saying that I think Howie Carr got smart like you two and does this show from Florida now as well.
Well, a lot of people do it.
Yeah.
You know, Rush Limbaugh used to do a show down here. Howard Stern does his shows from Miami because he has a mansion. I don't have a mansion. It doesn't matter where you do your show from anymore.
No. I mean, right now we are in a beautiful little condo. It's a rental because, you know, we're still getting that house that we showed you the lot earlier. So
There won't be any lot lizards, though.
Don Wallace, I just submitted my nomination for Anthony Bruno. I don't know if it would go under Anthony or Tony.
It's got to be Tony. Even though my name is...
Yeah, I think everybody knows him as Tony Bruno. I don't think it would... Sorry, Don. Can you do it again? Can you do it again there, Tony?
Only nobody... my mom was the only one who called me Antonio. She didn't even call me Anthony.
Antonio.
Mm-hmm.
Tony Bruno, look at the time. Holy guacamole.
Is it almost time to say goodbye?
It is.
Wow.
This knife has a straight edge on it. So it's
What
very easy.
happened to this broadcast today?
In our world here, there lives.
A lot of fun. Harry Mays was great, as always.
Always.
All of the people calling in, listening in. You know, without you guys, I wouldn't be doing this anymore. I don't know what I'd be doing, but I wouldn't be doing this. I'd be just buying a drone and just doing overhead shots of pools with hot chicks and beaches down here in Florida. Maybe have like an own zone, a drone channel.
A drone zone.
The drone zone. How about that? In the meantime, thank you so much. Don't forget the big Friday, March 1st already, Robin. March 1st.
Unfreaking believable.
Don't drink and drive. Don't text and drive. Thank you so much for listening. We love you all, and God bless America. Good night, everybody.
There's only one real place for total sports. That's the Tony Bruno Sports Network.
Bud Light presents Real Men of Genius.
Real men.
All right, Tony, we still have time to say goodbye to everybody else.